Yes, people, and welcome back to the Rivals on Spurs Kings TV, SPK TV, bro. And I've got my people with me. I've got FaZe, I've got Gokes, I've got Tune Tactics. Big up the chat each and every time. Please make sure you like, share, and do all that good stuff. But yes, let's get into it, man. FaZe, first of all, how you doing, my broski? Good?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see the Arsenal man them in the background. I see you repping hard.
Man.
Yeah, I'm saying
All the
proud.
time, every time, man. Rain, hail, sleet, or snow, man.
Jeez.
Some
I love
some
it. I
Arsenal
love it.
fans after a loss don't turn up. I'm here week in, week out. Do you know what I mean?
Not like that, bro. Hey, it's kind of crazy, man. I hear it, though. I hear it. I respect it
Yeah.
too. Gokes, obviously. How you doing, first of all? You good?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Amen.
Amen.
Mm. What a silly question, What a silly question. Team Tactics TV, how are you doing, my bro? How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Just got off a fantastic show with BDB Dan. Big up to him as well. Big up to you, Ash. Always improving the panel, always putting in new tech, new music, new everything into this. Like your chat. Bless the chat. Hope really good to be here. FaZe, Gokes. Hats off to you, gentlemen.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So we're gonna go around the panel. We're gonna do it. Obviously, Arsenal, off the back of Saturday, came off a loss.
It's over, man. Arteta out. It's all over. It's all over. Arteta out. I'm having enough.
Yeah, I finished the sentence. I said, "Oh, bro,
I'm used to doubles. I'm used to a double where I'm everything over with."
Reactionary, reaction. Like, what are we saying? Like, Arsenal took the L. Is it a blip? I'm looking at their running at the moment. Liverpool coming up. I think Newcastle around the corner.
Away at St. James's.
Oh,
we know what happened there.
Not looking good.
These two guys representing their rivals coming up. So, is it just a blip? I mean, is it a must win? Because obviously Bournemouth, they dropped points, and now you're looking ahead. You're thinking Liverpool, we must get a point from it. But
7 points.
To add some context, you've got a few players missing from Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? You're missing.
Man.
I'm just saying.
I appreciate you bringing that up as much as it's irrelevant. As much as it's irrelevant and no one cares, I apprate you just throwing it up.
No one cares. Do your push-up.
Yes. I'm looking up. I just missed the spot, innit?
Missed the spot, yeah. So let me bring myself down there, man. Yeah, sure, your arms for a little piece. But yeah, man, I don't know. There's a couple injuries for Arsenal. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
I don't have to say that.
I don't know what's right or what's wrong. But I'm not going to say it's excuses if they don't get the job done. But must they get the point? Against the title leaders at the moment.
Man said point. They're at home, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking a question. I don't know what to say.
And as much as it seems like what's the word? Like exaggerating it, but if we go 7 points behind them already, that's a lot of points, for how minimal the gaps have been with how Pep drives it on and all that stuff. So as much as I want to play it down and be level-headed as I regularly do, 7 points is a decent bit of clobber. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Going into a St. James's Park with 7 points.
Oh, whoa, we got whoa. I was talking about the pool. Fuck you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah?
I forgot we're all on the same block. Yeah.
No. We're not on the same. We're outside the chicken shop. You man are in the penthouse upstairs.
No,
you man hear me?
Yeah.
You're loud.
Oh, sin.
You're loud.
Oh, my bad. Can you see me as well?
Yeah. No, you're
Oh, right. No, on my screen, it's just got one of those avatars and it says I'm muted.
No, we can see
loud, man.
No one said hello to him. You know what I mean? When he came in.
We can see you, bro.
You got a new camera there, Yoms?
No. I'm just using the laptop one. But it seems to be that's better than my actual normal one. So
New headphone set though, right?
Yeah.
No. This has been me.
I'm telling you. You know
Even that's what you look like, Yoms, bro. They just came with
one win and I'm acting brand new, innit? One win and I'm acting brand new, bro.
Even like you went for a breakup. It's a new me.
Oh, maybe.
I'm asking questions.
Oh no.
That's
your manager. Hey, listen, I don't know. Anyways, back to the subject at hand. Team, you're about to say something about Arsenal. What are you saying?
Oh, whoa! Look,
is it too soon?
I think it was. Say that again.
Is it too soon to start talking about big gaps? Pause. I don't know. Like,
I mean, typically, I don't know what you guys think. We're all probably around the same age or whatnot, but in our teens especially, the first 10 games of any season, we didn't ever really pay attention to it. But since social media and everything else, we're talking about each game in such detail, it blows up into something extra. Having said that, there is the other side of, we've seen, for instance, Liverpool almost win the Premier League almost halfway through the season at one stage. We've seen Man City and others, and we know how these gaps can build. I think both things are true. There's a long way to go in the season. At the same time, it could be a lot of points. It could be a lot of points very, 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 very early on at the same time. And I think individually, when the sides who are contending for the league or third spot, we'll find out. These are the big clashes now. The points are now. If Liverpool, for instance, take away 3 points from this game, it's a huge advantage going further on, and a mental advantage. Like you said, Ash. This is why we're talking about the Newcastle game a little bit. Is we know what happens at St James's Park between Arsenal and Newcastle anyway.
What happens at St James's Park? We know.
We don't want to go off. We don't want to go.
Yeah. MMA happens at St James's Park. MMA. Yeah. Elbows to the head. Yeah, I remember that.
Man's no longer in the penthouse, bro. His wife.
You're with us now. So it could be big. It could be big. But just to add, in terms of, for instance, like, Liverpool have been doing really, really well consistently on every metric and everything that they're doing, and there just seems to be like they're becoming a machine in how they're dealing with this season and whatnot. So it's going to be an intriguing encounter, definitely.
FaZe, but before I get to Gokes, how was you feeling after that Bournemouth game? Was you vexed, or was you like, you know what, it was expected, do you feel like he was cheated? Do you think Saliba should have got sent off?
I forgot about all of that. I forgot about all of that.
Like, do you think he played well?
You forgot. I had my whole highlight reel of other teams that happened to, and they didn't. No, I'm joking. To be honest, I feel like you can get a red for that. You can get a red, and you can get a yellow.
You're like rules and rules, right? Rules
Pardon?
are rules. Yeah. You're like rules are rules. That's your thing, right?
To a degree, but because two things can be true. So he can get a red for that, but as we saw after with Tosin, even though it was slightly different, you can get a yellow, innit? Do you know what I mean? So if I'm going to
get a yellow first though, and then VAR overturned it.
Oh yeah, sorry, VAR overturned our one, but not their one. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to come here and be shameless and say that it shouldn't be a red, because I've seen those given. But then if you're asking me deep down to my core, like the center of my being, the nucleus of who I am, do I feel like these decisions are starting to get on my back and annoy me a bit? And I'm thinking, hey, I said the VAR guy was a Liverpool fan and stuff. No,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I think both things can be right. It's annoying that some people get away with it and we don't, but it was still silly. I'm more looked at it as, if we're going to talk about the game, I'm more looked at it as like, that was Trossard's fault, because it was Trossard who done the stupid back pass. It was Trossard who got the red the last time before. And it helps me with my argument of Martinelli, because so much people like to slag off Martinelli and talk about all the things he doesn't do. But in that game, Trossard specifically, out on the wing, I don't think he does as good as he does in the middle anymore. Because early in that game, I can't remember the fullback, but there was a couple times him and Trossard went on the one-on-one, and then he just booted him. And then after that, Trossard just started doing U-turns and turning to Usher. Like, put your hands up, bend your knee. Like, he started just doing U-turns and just turning around and not wanting no trouble. And if you look at what happened, he's like, he's had the ball, he could have attacked the wing, and someone ran up behind him and said, boo. And he just didn't want no trouble, tried to pass it to no one. And now Saliba's running back towards his goal and is taking the man out. Like, do you know what I mean?
Does that worry you? Does that worry you, FaZe, about Trossard? Does that worry you that because it sounds like what you're saying, that he's essentially just chickened out a bit, like he's...
Yeah, on the exterior, I think on the wing, it's not it no more for him.
Okay.
I don't think...
Does it prove Arteta's point? Does it prove Arteta's point? Of
the Martinelli thing.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Okay. Because that's the cover for that side, but he don't want it on the wing no more. Martinelli, no matter what happens, he runs so much he runs out of pitch. Like, you know,
he's out for his gump, isn't he? Like,
you just wind him up and watch him go. So it more just confirmed some things of not getting drawn into the narrative of how other people watch our players, because they only watch certain players for one particular part of the game and not all the different phases of what other players clearly excel other players in different phases. Do you get what I mean?
I hear it.
But,
I hear it. Hey,
I was upset on the day though. Sorry to answer your question.
no.
But
I know. I heard the diplomat in you still. Like,
yeah,
I heard it come out still.
but
Like,
what like I'm upset. But one game lost in however long it's been, I'll be being a bit spoilt if I was to do the whole Deji. I want him out. Next 3 games are important. Like, do you know what I mean? So I'm somewhere in between.
hey, Deji
Sorry
said
for
10 games. I was like, rah, he needs to be winning 10 games. I said, bro, all right. Okay, bro. All right, Gogs, can I bring you in? Like,
Please do.
in terms of, I know we're talking about Arsenal. We'll get to Liverpool in a bit. But in terms of, like, Arteta, would you think is acceptable anything less than, I don't know, if he starts to finish below second, starts to get third, has no trophies to the name, spent 700 mil as we've spoken about previously for this, or is it acceptable if he does a Ten Hag, starts playing this style of football where a lot of fans are starting to say it's a bit, haram, I don't know, terrorist, a bit Ten Hagish, like he gets a couple cups underneath him, like.
And he starts saying "mate" all the time in interviews.
What if Nate finishes above Arteta? No, I'm not getting drawn into this. Don't worry, We'll get there. But yeah, how do you feel? What's your expectation of Arteta? Is it style? Does style matter if he's getting the results?
No. So, as an outsider looking in, Arsenal fans got rid of the gentleman that Arsene Wenger is, one of the greatest managers in the English game, who had a very, very slick style, a style that most people admired, even if you don't like Arsenal. So by that barometer, style can't be the only thing that that can save you. Arteta must win with his own tactics, not Unai Emery's team and Unai Emery's philosophy, not Pep's. He needs to win, and it's been 700 million. He gets compared to a lot of managers. Just to keep things short, I had a very heated argument with my brother, who's also a Liverpool supporter. He's telling me that Lopetegui's a terrible manager, Lopetegui this, Lopetegui that. And I said to him, but Lopetegui's better manager than Arteta, and he fell out. And I was just like, I don't understand why top managers are getting compared to Arteta, who to date, has had more time than most managers, more money than most managers, and hasn't achieved anything. Although, and I've said all of that, let me just caveat that by saying Arsenal are a very good team. They play very attractive football. I love what they're doing with set pieces. All of that's good. But they need to win something. Simple and plain.
Cool. Yomes, I'll come down to you about Arsenal. This is the Arsenal section, right? What's your thoughts on players stepping up? Because right now they've got a few key injuries and people are looking at leaders in their team. Do you think it's time to look at Rice as one of the leaders to kind of help put them through this painful time? Does Arteta need to start looking for creative options? Because at one point it looked like 4 CBs and 3 DMs. Does he need to free up the young kid in Yoari and take risks? Is that on him? Like maybe why Arsenal are playing this style of football where fans are like, I don't recognize this Arsenal and we're losing. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? It's a difficult one because Arsenal have a ready-made excuse in Pep, right? If everybody knows Pep's been dominating the league for such a long time now, and it's kind of like Arsenal have come second twice, and it's like, yeah, Pep is the greatest manager. This is possibly the greatest team that we've ever seen in the Premier League. So how can you expect us to topple City in a way, right? So I have a little bit of sympathy for Arsenal in that sense. When you're talking about leaders on the pitch, any team that wins a Premier League is going to have more than one leader on the pitch. You've got to have 3 or 4 captains. Is Declan Rice that? I think he can be. Is Saliba that? I think he can be. I do think they've got players that are ready to get stuck in. So it's a difficult one because I just don't know how they're gonna move past City. I just can't see it, and I think Liverpool add another dimension this season. I've already tipped Liverpool for the league. I know it's really early on.
No.
And I know Liverpool fans will say nah,
No.
but I just think that in previous seasons we've seen a pattern with City where what's his name that's out for the season,
Rodri. Rodri's out.
Rodri and KDB have been such key players. They always seem to come back as soon as when City need them most, usually the last 10 to 15 games.
No Rodri equals no title.
I think Rodri is that big of a player that him being out could be the difference maker between City winning the league or not.
Is he like as essential to like a Odegaard to work? Because I feel like without Odegaard at the moment, it's like Saka hasn't got the batteries in the backpack. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's not got the bullets loaded up to shoot his young guns. Pause.
I would say Rodri's more important to City than Odegaard is to Arsenal. And the reason I say that is you just look at the record when Rodri's there from when he's not there. And it's clear, over a season, it's as clear as day. When he's not there, they concede more chances. Look, John Stones isn't going to be able to score last-minute winners in every game. They looked very average
Against Wolves.
So I don't know, but anyway, but going back to the Arsenal point, yeah, I mean you've got to take risks. You've got to know when to bring young players in that can change a game. And when to take risks and when to take off the brakes. Look, if Arsenal keep on getting these red cards, they've got no chance. So yeah, it's a difficult one, but I do agree that they need their leaders to step up. Rice has got to really step up if they're going to do anything this season.
Hey, FaZe, are you upset with Arteta for not playing a young Buckner? Or do you think he's got that right call where he's like, maybe he's not ready? Because obviously Champions League happens, you're missing a creative force in your team, and you're like, raw, play the youngsters. Why would he sell ESR, bruv? Emil Smith Rowe, why would he was like the next creative player you had after Odegaard. So, like, explain to me, Arteta is thinking, obviously you back him, you're like, listen, we had like terrible football before. I'm backing this guy. Like, if you saw what we were doing before, like, he's the guy. What would you critique him? Do you think he needs some type of, like, not calling out, but you know what I mean? Is he getting it wrong? Because it's looking very defensive right now. I can't see the creativity in Arsenal.
Do you think he's getting it wrong? I think on the Bournemouth game he definitely got it wrong. Because but sorry, let me not forget the Smith Rowe thing is for off the ball work, isn't it? All of our players work extremely hard defensively, innit? And clearly I think he said his off the ball game wasn't that great, and he kind of wanted to go. Do you know what I mean?
Where did Smith Rowe come from? Sorry to
Academy.
He's academy, innit? So that's purely financial, innit? They got 35 million for him. Academy, that's 35 million pounds worth of profit, right?
But have they replaced
Balance
him?
in the books.
Have they replaced him significantly? Does that make sense? Because they're missing Odegaard now, and I'm like, who's that player that passes forwards in between the lines that can hurt teams, or who's that player that can pick the ball up, carry it, and maybe get inside the box and cause havoc, or score some kind of goals, or do you know what I mean? That different profile player.
For the Shakhtar game, and FaZe probably watched it. I'm just looking at it now. But they played Trossard in behind Havertz. It looks like they played Trossard in behind Havertz with Martinelli on the left and Jesus on the right. So I don't know if that's the solution going forward. I didn't see the game, so I don't know, FaZe, if you saw the game, how did that work out? But maybe answers Ash's question around who's going to essentially be the supply line. It looks like Trossard maybe through the middle.
What, Trossard's
not creative. Sorry.
Yeah, he's not. No, Karen Gold. Sorry,
Trossard's not creative. And this is the reason that I disagree somewhat with what Yom said in terms of the importance. I think Odegaard is much more important to Arsenal than Rodri is to City, because City have won many titles without Rodri, number one. Number two, they have replacements, not as good, but Kovacic can play there and can play really well. I'm not saying he's going to be the exact equivalent to Rodri, but Arsenal haven't got an Odegaard, and Smith Rowe would have been that, but Smith Rowe's not there, and I just don't see anyone who's going to put in a through ball, a defense splitting pass outside of Odegaard. So
can I pause you on that? Can I pause you on that? How are you feeling as a Liverpool fan with Arsenal coming to you right now? Pause. Are you confident that you're going to get the win? And if you don't get the win, are you calling your manager out now? You see what I'm trying to say? Because the pressure's got to be on. Golks, I know you for calling man out and say, bro, is it a win or not? Are you in top 4 or not? Like, what are you not doing? Like,
no, 100%. I'm confident that Liverpool will win.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a gimme. I mean, all banter aside, Emirates is a tough place to go, etc., etc. Arsenal are a top team. They're my pick for the league, unfortunately, still. But having put that to the side, I expect us to win that game. I definitely expect us to win that game. I feel like Arsenal are on the precipice of a wobble, actually. The way I've seen the fan base, celebrity fan base, react to a shock loss at Bournemouth, and the way and the response that I see from Arteta, he looked completely dejected and de-energized already. I can see stress lines, and I honestly believe that what will happen is Liverpool will win, and I also believe that Arsenal will draw with Chelsea, and then I believe the fan base will start to cannibalize their own team, as they often do, and that will create additional stress.
So don't you think that will disrupt their title hopes? Because that is quite detrimental part of the season. I know it's early on, but if the culture, the fans, the energy is not right, Arteta's feeling the stress. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. I think it will affect them. The only problem is
then Chelsea. Obviously, you got to go Newcastle. That's 3 games. Boom, 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 boom. More or less back to back.
Yeah. It will definitely affect their title challenge. The only problem is, and City are City. However, I'm seeing City get countered on. Like I don't know if anyone watched the Southampton game, but it's like I couldn't believe what I was seeing. How easy it was to get past the press. How open they were. How many mistakes they made.
The Wolves game.
Wolves, man. The Wolves game. And Edison's not making saves. Like it looks a bit precarious in a way that it didn't before. And Yom mentioned the John Stones, heroics a couple of times. I'm seeing that City can be got at. So although Arsenal will have a wobble, I also think City will have a wobble. And Liverpool, we're just a few injuries away from falling away, which I do expect to happen probably next year at some point.
I hear it, bro. Cool. Jay, welcome to the show.
Yes, what's going on, boys? How's life?
Jay.
Everyone good? See, look how much you guys miss me. It's a lot better when I'm not around, isn't it? Hope Stefan's not killing you all off. I hope not.
I think he's taking a sabbatical.
The laughter tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah, I mean,
you can be free, brothers. You can be free.
People are asking if you're all right.
We had a game.
Hey, listen. Don't worry, boys.
Your health.
When we beat Palace at the weekend and Glasner gets sacked, I will be there. Like, don't worry. I'll be there.
Oh yeah, because he said Glasner's. That chat. Okay. We'll clip that one. Yeah, but we're talking about Arsenal at the moment.
Oh yeah.
And we're just talking about their game.
Oh yeah.
Run they're having because.
Oh yeah, good times.
They've lost Bournemouth, and then obviously they're going to play Liverpool next. Then in between.
Let's talk about Arteta's thugs. Yes, go on.
Yeah, I want to know your opinion on it. Like
they're thugs. They're thugs. Do you see what they're doing out here?
Rich. Look at Rich.
Listen, it's not my fault. Look how close you guys played to the line. Why? You know what I mean? I remember a soft Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Soft underbelly Arsenal. Uncooked, unseasoned. You know what I mean? But now you play nice football. You bit too dark artsy for me. And 2 dark arts for the rest of the Premier League. That's why you guys keep getting so many red cards. People are looking at you saying, you are dangerous. Dangerous.
Jay said that when man just discover seasoning and they start over seasoning everything. All perfects on everything, bro.
A dangerous FC. And look at them, yeah? if they didn't have 64 left backs, they might be in trouble. They might be in trouble, but they do, so they're fine. So listen, for me, just on Arsenal, yeah. Obviously, you lost to Bournemouth, yeah. It can happen to anybody, yeah. Like it happens, yeah. For me, Saka and Odegaard, like your rivals, have had big players missing, yeah. Like your rivals in this 2-year period when Arsenal have been great, your rivals have had key big game players missing, yeah. In those periods of time, you've not had the injuries you've got now. You've not had them for 2 years. You've not had Saka missing for a few games. You've not had Odegaard out for 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Like, so now, you know, I'm seeing not limitations in the squad, but there's a lot of reliance on your best players, like there should be with any good team. But I think this is just laying bare how, you know, obviously Saka's the set piece guy too. So not only do you miss your, I think it's your second top scorer, set pieces. Do you know what I mean? So that's missing too when Saka's out the team. So listen, it's normal. It's 8 games. Is it 8 games in the season? It's way too early. But we're gonna, well, me personally, I'm gonna enjoy this because, thank you. Is that my alarm to stop talking? So I'm gonna enjoy this. You're still a good team, but you need to beat Liverpool. You must beat Liverpool. Like, as in, you must win that game, right?
Well, I wanted to ask: is this a pragmatic style from Arteta? Is it here to stay? Because I feel like they're a lot more pragmatic this season and parts of last season too. They had a bit of style. They were mixing it up a bit, but I just feel of late they're a bit more. I don't know. Is it because Odegaard's missing, you guys think, or do you think this is how Arteta's setting up now? They're just going to be hard to beat.
I think they got a pragmatic squad. I'm just looking at the lineup for the Shakhtar the next game. I know it's Shakhtar the next, but they're still a decent team. But it's a very pragmatic team. I can't see too many guys that you'd say have got flair. I mean, the most flair you've got, or the most kind of ingenuity, creativity you might say you have. You've got Martinelli, Havertz, and Trossard, really, and Jesus. But having said all that, I think pragmatic might be the way forward for Liverpool. And I don't think they lose to Liverpool. What I noticed from the Liverpool-Chelsea game is when Chelsea went man for Liverpool, they couldn't always break through that press. They started going long ball. And actually that worked out for them because they won the game in the end. I wonder if Arsenal not necessarily adopt exactly the same approach, maybe a little bit more sophistication into how they press Liverpool. That if they force Liverpool to go long ball and then they kind of pick it up on their end and they're able to create chances on the other side, or at least limit Liverpool, you might squeeze out a draw, to be honest, really.
A low block. Way forward. Low block.
Can I ask the question, though? With Jota getting injured and with Saliba being out, means it's Nunes time on Saturday, most likely. And whoever, if it's White at centre back or Kiwior at centre, Nunes is running them. Either of those players at centre back cannot handle Nunes.
Why is Saliba not playing?
Red.
Yeah.
Oh, but he played in the Shakhtar game.
Remember Champions League, bro.
Champions League, bro. I know you've only been in it once, bro, but act like you've been here.
Oh, damn.
You set yourself up for that. You set yourself up for that.
Big He said that like Shakhtar was like 10th or something.
That hurt me, and I'm not even a magpie. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. So, if Ben White goes into centre, who goes at right back?
So many questions, bro. So many questions.
Thomas Partey,
surely.
Partey at right back.
Yeah, man.
No, you don't want that.
No, you can't. Thomas can't.
Want to smoke?
It's a disgrace.
Maybe Rice at centre back.
Where is that?
Maybe
Ben
White at centre back.
Oh, man.
I said Rice as a main instead of a side dish.
For Nunes to be effective to run into the back, we're assuming that Arsenal are going to be pressing up. I don't think they're going to be doing that.
running into the back and pressing up.
I'm so immature. I'm so immature.
Bad pauses in a
I feel like
row.
the substitute teacher at school now, man.
Oh, you gotta give him that hot tune.
Oh God.
Oh man.
But let's focus on Liverpool, man, because Liverpool do have a few injuries. Let's have it right. No?
Do they?
Yeah, let's speak about this. So, apparently, statistically, the best defense in the league, right?
No, you are like not apparently you are.
To us or
I'm trying to be fake modest.
Thanks, Bobby.
I'm trying to be fake modest, and a big part of that is a big part of that is Alisson, who won't be playing. Also, another statistic, our forward player with the best conversion rate, which is Jota, won't be playing. And guess who he scored the most goals? Which team he scored the most goals against?
Is it Arsenal?
Arsenal.
Okay.
So he loves playing against Arsenal, and he's our most clinical striker. He's not going to be there. So for me, it's no excuses. It's no excuses.
Yeah, I hear it.
No excuses for Arsenal, yeah?
No excuses for either way, because they've got players missing as well.
Wait, what's the expectation again for you, Gokes, for Liverpool to finish? Where's your expectation where to finish for Liverpool? What's your expectation? Is it third and what, cups or no cups?
Let's talk about it. Third,
I want to know. Hold there, buddy. I want to know, though. I do want to know.
Let's talk about it. Third in a cup. I mean, it's his first season. He ain't bought no players.
Which cup? Which cup? Is there a preference?
Any one of them. I'll take any one of them, bro. I'll take Carling Cup. Third and a Carling Cup for his first season.
Okay.
Yeah, I respect it.
Not bad.
Carling the FA.
Take that. What, a Ten Hag? I'll take that. Ten Hag did that in his first season, right?
You little Ten Hag, yeah. Take that, yeah.
I'll take that.
No, it makes sense. This makes sense. But you know what? Ten Hag, Manchester United.
Yeah, standard, bro. Gary Barlow thing, bro. Third in a cup. Anyone would,
I didn't go off with to winning ways, so I just want to know if Yomes is still Ten Hag out.
Nah, don't plural. Don't plural that.
Wait, I just wanted to know.
Don't plural that. Man said ways. Way, bruv. One match.
Wow.
One match. Well, how many matches would it
Only
take?
there's one match. One match.
Nah, you know what? I think it's quite clear. It's quite clear what's going on at Old Trafford and Ineos. It's quite clear in that.
Yeah.
They obviously know who they want as a manager.
I
think they want either Xavi
You
or
look chomping at the bit to just
you know when Man United is mentioned, it's like hovering raw meat in front of a bagel or something, bro. Like it's a mad thing just jumping.
It's
a mad thing. You know Ash has dropped Ten Hag more than he has Arteta when talking in the Arsenal section. Even mentioned Slot in the Liverpool section. He's mentioned 5 times being got him, bro. I got to tell you, blood fire. We tried to just get a little 2-1 win and go under the radar. We didn't want headlines. We didn't want no press conferences this week.
That's a lie, bro. You went out and bought a new headset, bro.
Look at this guy.
Bro, I can hear his esophagus. The mic is serious.
When you've got football chat at 9 and a Zoom meeting at 11, look at this guy.
That sounds all bassy now and that.
I had to put it on sport mode. There's a little click button at the back.
Sport mode, you know.
I didn't even see the wisdom in the bed before. He looks like he knows martial arts now. Serious man.
And the worst thing
have you guys not noticed how much he's putting his hand to his chin tonight? I know he's trying to kid.
And he's got it. Out of all the colours, he's got box fresh white. You know,
You can't miss me.
Done.
I know you.
I'm done. I'm just getting.
He said you spray creme protect on your headset.
my God. I'm just getting cooked, bro. Fucking hell. Oh my God.
Oh, that was the one. That was
I
the
even
one.
forgot. I even forgot the
What
question,
even was
Ash.
the
I'm sorry.
question?
I forgot the question, Ash. Sorry, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I was just asking like if you were Ten Hag in still, if like how many
no,
games
no.
does it
Look,
take? If he gets an next what 3-4?
look. I think I've been fair to Ten Hag again. I've been fair over the years, but it's just very evident that he's not the guy for the long term plan in it. So I think Ineos know who they want. That person's obviously either in negotiations at the moment, if that's Xavi, because Xavi's a free agent. I'm not sold on Xavi, or dude from Porto.
Terzic was
Sorry,
in town. Terzic was in town this week.
who?
Who
Terzic.
the fuck is that?
Who
Turgid.
the
The
hell
guy.
is that?
Is it
Sounds
Terzic
like
or
a,
Turgic?
that sounds like a cleaning
The
product.
hell is that?
You know the former Dortmund
Dortmund
manager.
coach, Champions League final. That's his
Oh
Dortmund,
yeah,
Dortmund,
no, yeah,
I
no.
rate him.
He's a good coach, you
He's
know. He's a
dope.
good
Can't
coach.
be picking
Yeah,
that.
let him go and prove himself.
I said you can't be
What did he
picky.
prove
You
himself?
can't
He
be
went to the
disrespectful.
He
You're
went
so
Champions League final.
disrespectful.
He
Let him
went
go and
Champions
prove
League
him. Let him
final.
go and prove himself first
He went
somewhere.
Champions League final.
That's what I'm
So
trying to say.
Was second in the Bundesliga. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Bundesliga coming second in the Bundesliga is anything.
no, don't do that. Don't
It's
do
Well,
that.
okay.
Don't do that.
anything.
Don't do
He's
that.
got
Yeah,
both.
but
Don't do
winning
that.
the Eredivisie is like the
Yeah, what
best
you say?
thing since sliced bread, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Listen,
Fucked up with the FA and the Carlin though. It's-
yeah, I think they even want, I think they even want Amarim or Xavi, and if it's Amarim,
do you not think
Amarim's
they
not
like
available
Marco
right now.
Silva?
But come on, man, let's be real.
What you always say, come on, man, and then these
Let's be
coaches
real
got to
here.
another team,
Hey,
smash it.
On
And
the
you
If they
take
lost
the
2-1,
other.
if they lost 2-1, he'll be saying, "Yeah, you know that Marco Silva is not bad, you know."
Nah, come on,
Do you
man.
not like the Marco Silvas, the
Hey,
Thomas
Youngs, why
Franks?
didn't all jokes aside, any idea why they didn't take Tuchel? He would have been perfect.
Do you know what I think?
Winning
I
manager,
think the
manager.
issue with managers like Tuchel is that Ineos want a manager who's going to be able to work with hierarchy, and Tuchel's pattern is not that. I think Tuchel's pattern is to work with hierarchy in year one, and then in year two, in year three, you see it unraveling. It's the same thing as a Mourinho. These managers, I would love Tuchel personally to be at the club. I think he's a winner, and I think we need somebody who's going to come in, steady the ship, and bring that winning mentality back in. In the same way, I think Maresca's doing a really good job at Chelsea, just in terms of mentality alone. I know they leak a lot of goals, they score a lot of goals too, but you can just see the difference in some of these managers with the
But you know,
mentality thing.
it's a little bit of a false narrative around Tuchel not being able to work at hierarchy, because at Bayern Munich, the directors who brought him in, Oliver Kahn and another gentleman, were taken out, and the director that came in didn't want him. And then at Chelsea, we know what happened at Chelsea. They had a whole takeover, forced takeover.
Yeah.
And then the directors there said to Tuchel, "Can you please sort our recruitment?" And Tuchel's like, No. All I want to do is manage. I'm a head coach. I just want to coach the team." And that's where it became a situation. So is it a bit of a false narrative that he can't work with hierarchy?
Quite possibly. I can only go on what we've seen over the last couple of years, and he seems to fall out with the hierarchy that want to have involvement in the signing of players, want to have the final say in the signing of players, and I think that's the direction that most clubs are heading in now. So look, I would personally have taken Tuchel, but there's got to be a reason why Ineos didn't, and that's obviously their
You man
decision.
are stingy. You probably was asking for too much money. I saw how you guys cut out
Money?
Sir Alex. You
This
see,
isn't
man,
a money.
he's an
I'm sorry,
old man.
but Sir Alex has done his time.
What?
Oh, that's what it is
time.
now, yeah.
Is that
He's done
right?
his time. He's done his
Is that
time.
right?
He was
you
in an
wouldn't even be
ambassador
a
role.
United fan if it wasn't for Sir Alex.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Real.
fantastic. But we don't know the circumstances behind that.
Bro, they're not even paying for staff to go to the Christmas do. Yeah, we know the circumstances behind this.
guy's
What do you
a-
mean we don't know?
every
We know
question
why
is-
you're
Yeah.
doing this.
No,
Every
Yeah,
question is for this.
look. Listen, United have overspent over the last 10 years, and sometimes, like our politicians say, right? You've got to tighten your belt. We're all in this together.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to make tough decisions. If you want to be able to look, they can't do everything. People want to be able to fix the leak. Our training ground is from 1965. Like, they've got a lot of money to spend around that club, so they're gonna have to save every penny where they can. And if it's doing things like saying, look, Alex Ferguson, thank you for your service. This is a club that has clearly got to move on. We've got a whole stand.
What do you mean?
We've got a whole stand.
I agree.
We've got a whole You've got a whole stand, and you've got statues, and everybody knows who you are. We can't afford to keep on paying crazy money.
Is this the
Then so
Ineos
be it.
Kool-Aid? Are you drinking it straight from the tap?
I don't even agree with everything Ineos has done. I don't agree with keeping Ten Hag. I don't agree with not getting to Thomas Tuchel. I don't like some of the transfer stuff that they've done.
Bro.
They had egg on their face when it comes to the Todibo signing.
You're talking about Peter Schmeichel, bro. This is Sir Alex Ferguson. Like,
so what do you want them to do? Just pay him until he dies?
I agree with Yom. I don't know exactly what Sir Alex Ferguson, respectfully, I don't know what he did at the club, apart from being like an ambassador. But one thing I do know is every bad result that you got, the Sky camera would pan to him, and his body language was like. And I just think
they should take his pension away for that.
No, I think you should move away. You need to move away from. The archetypal.
They need to move away from the greatest manager of all time.
Tell me another club, Jay. Tell me another club who has that right now. Tell me another club.
How many clubs have Sir Alex Ferguson?
But tell me another club who has their old manager lording over every single game. It's time to cut ties and move on.
Okay, let me explain it like this. Yeah. Okay. In terms of Sir Alex Ferguson being at Man United for the period he was at, I think it was 23 years. Yeah, he was at United for 23 years. Did so much for the club, brought you up by your bootstraps to where you are today, where a whole generation of people wouldn't even. How much is that worth? How much is it worth making you one of the greatest clubs in the world? Yeah, how much is that worth to United long term?
Jay, you know he wasn't.
Millions and billions of pounds. And you're telling me it's got 2.5 million a year. Yeah,
Jay, he wasn't working.
Manager of all time is too much for Man United to play.
Jay, he wasn't working for free, innit?
There's
this wasn't pro bono.
Justify not paying, bro. You can roll him out when you're trying to buy a player. Roll him out. Oh, it's Sir Alex Ferguson. Players over there. Oh shit, Sir Alex. Bro, you could do shit.
You know what I find hilarious is that you get heavy criticism for constantly talking about the good old days and we're living in the past and all of this kind of stuff. It's not Sir Alex Ferguson area. You man are dead now. You're a washed team now. Then the moment we say, all right, cool, we're gonna move on. It's what the hell are you guys doing moving on? I don't get it. The man's got a statue and a stand. Bro, like,
understand? Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And he's genuinely. We call him ambassador. Alex Ferguson does not do anything at the club.
I think the bigger problem was it true? I know you might know. Was it true? Like he would be going down to the changing rooms and talking to like kind of or maybe some of the advice he'd give the directors wasn't the greatest, but the optics of it doesn't look great. I think every club should look after their legends. We know Tottenham don't always do a good job at looking after their legends.
I mean, you don't have to go there.
Was
that necessary? I wouldn't really necessary to your point.
Food pot shows.
There's some legends that can't get a ticket.
This man has got statues and a stand, and everyone knows who he is. I think it's about time.
What do you mean? Nah.
I see Gaza trying to score. I see Gaza trying to score on Tottenham High Road. We videoed him.
You know what I'm saying?
Last question.
Can we move on the subject? I want to talk about
you want to move on, yeah?
Yeah, I just want to ask one question because I'm about to go to bed.
I got a question for you
guys. I just want to know can we do a round robin before I leave?
I know what it's going to say.
How good are you on Sunday, please?
Score on Sunday.
And there's only one game I'm talking about. So what will the score be?
2-1 Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. Thanks for taking me on. Didn't think anyone cared about it, but yeah.
No one cares about these mid-table games.
All right, let's say Liverpool, Arsenal. Fuck.
At Emirates.
At Emirates. Okay.
Man said 3-1.
I'm going 3-1 Liverpool.
Who's next?
I'm going 1-1.
Go on. Who's next?
I think 1-1 as well. I think it's 1-1.
Wow, another one. FaZe?
And go on 500 mil.
5-1 on aggregate.
On away goes.
Right now.
Odegaard hat trick. Yeah. Bro, you know what? Yeah, this is I literally don't know. You know,
it's a hard one to pick.
I actually don't know because I like to try and give an educated guess. Now I don't even know if Calafiori's fit. I don't know.
He ain't fit.
And Liverpool.
He ain't, bro. He ain't know that. He ain't fit.
Liverpool.
Is Saka out?
Saka's
So Saka and
no, I don't know. Saka's not confirmed. He's keeping a mystery. Is that confirmed?
Apparently.
Don't give a man hope.
You know what I'm saying?
No like it.
Go on.
Your 2024 ambassador Stefan said it, so it must be true.
Well, you know what? I just don't even go in there, you know, because he's always going. He's always going and going. And it's just like to the point I can't even. I just got to leave. Sometimes I just want to message him privately and go, "Bro, man, do you want a hug? What? Because something's got to be missing in your life to be putting so much weight on these arguments you're having in this group." But back to what I don't know, you know, because bro, he's like a dog at a fence. Like he just don't stop.
Bro, why do you think, bro? You think people think I'm overreacting leaving the group, bro?
You are.
No, bro. You cannot be that passionately debating about Oliver Glasner at 8:30.
Hold on. Let's not slip. Can I get some scores, please? Can I just get some scores?
Sorry.
I don't know, man.
You know what I mean? Have a good night's rest.
Yeah. Okay. I would
want fucking helping you Liverpool scum sequel at night.
Let's go.
It sounds magic. I don't feel like we got enough, man. I feel like we're gonna lose, but I feel
it's at the Emirates. It's at the Emirates, bro.
I know, but bro, we're just today. I don't know. We're gonna the fullback situation, the way we're not firing at the moment. I know all that stuff is negative, might worries me, and we might turn up and have a game on the day. But I don't know. Arteta got it wrong at Bournemouth. Shakhtar was a bit shaky. I feel like we're gonna lose. For some reason, I feel like we're gonna lose, bro.
If he starts Ethan.
You know who the fuck is he? 17, bro? Why is it it's like a miracle?
I can't even give a crumb of hope from the youngsters. Man's like, fuck off, he's 17.
I can't listen to you guys because last time I got slaughtered because we played defensive with 10 men against fucking City. Now we went against them at Bournemouth. None of you lot praised us for entertaining the neutral. Just fucking.
I
was going to say,
hold on. We have to be fair. If Arsenal get something out of this game, we have to give it to them because
why?
Why?
100%.
Bro, Arsenal at the start of the season. Hold on. Let's have it right. Arsenal at the start of the season were bookies' favourite to win the league. Why are we acting like they're propping up the table? They're not. They're top side. So we're not doing that. And they've only lost once since 2024. Right?
You know what? I swear, Arsenal and Spurs are like, you know, when brothers hate each other.
Yeah.
But they love each other at the same time. All I hear is Ash backing it for Arsenal, and all I hear is Chinks backing it for Spurs. What's going on here?
Listen,
if they get something, we have to give it. Why?
I'm being a neutral host. I'm trying to make
They are Arsenal are at home. If they want to win the Premier League, they have to win. They have to win these type of matches. That's the long and short of it. If
no excuses FC, that's what he's saying, FaZe. That's what the whole panel went to. You agree?
But the question isn't whether there's excuses or whatnot. The question is, I think what Chinks is rightly saying is, do they have the players to do what they need to do to win the game?
No, I'm asking.
Yeah.
if they get
They
something
got
out,
set pieces.
They deserve their
At
plaudits.
home.
if they don't,
What is going on?
no, but if they don't, is
If
it
they
no
do, what
excuse?
do you mean if they do?
No,
So
They're
hold
at
on,
home.
hold on. Did you
it no
not
excuses?
predict who predicted we were going to win?
Nobody.
Gogs
So
did.
why are you going against Ash so much if you all thought we were going to lose the game anyway? What's going on there? You both predicted us to lose.
I
He's
predicted
basically saying if you man win, we have to like do the bow and all of that kind of.
No,
bro,
we
if
never.
you watch the game at home
You lot
against
are
Liverpool.
grandising. You're grandising. Jay, you're being obtuse. That's obtusism. That's obtusism.
No.
Hey, nah,
I look absolutely nothing like Mr. Box Office, bro. I even got
You
a new
look just
camera,
like him.
and
You
you're
look like
telling
his
me that.
younger brother. Do you know what I mean?
I took great offense.
Mr. Pay-per-view. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Can I get a score, please, from you?
I wanted to ask a
1-1.
different question, but
All right.
yeah, I predict Liverpool 2-1. But I wanted to know who's a better midfielder, Jay and Gogs. Curtis Jones or Kulusevski? I want to know who's better at the moment. Who's the better?
That's a good question, you know.
Kuli's better. Kuli's better.
Dejan,
Well, didn't Jones play in the pivot?
Mr. Curtis. Huh?
I thought Kuli was a forward.
No, but where did the last game where Jones played? Where did he play? Didn't he play in the midfield alongside?
Yeah, he played
Played in the 8.
So listen,
Okay, it's an 8.
6 holding.
So
There was
please.
a double pivot though in the last game.
Was Jones in the double pivot, or am I reading that wrong?
No,
I
think he was in the pivot. Yeah.
But Jones, all right.
It's slightly 4-3-3 versus 4-2-3-1.
They're playing a different position, but Kuli's better.
I mean, I think Kulu's a better. I rate Jones really highly. Like, I actually rate Curtis Jones. And I know Spurs fans will be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I've been rating Curtis. He's very press resistant.
He's techie. He is.
He's techie. And Kulu's actually, I remember doing this a few years ago when I was like, oh, Kulu's better than Saka. And I was like, people were like, no. I was like, no, he's much better than Saka. Don't worry about it.
You were young.
I was younger. But Gox, can I ask you, you're obviously we're going to finish with your prediction, but where do you think the game's going to be won and lost, like this weekend? Like what's going to be the key clashes, and like what's the most important thing for you that Liverpool need to do to win?
A cliche, but I think it's going to be in midfield. You can quote me on this. At the moment, Gravenberch is playing like Rodri, looks like Rodri at the moment. Obviously he's not his level, but he's balling out of control. I've seen Gravenberch play 10 games now, and he's won man of the match 4 times in a row. Played really well again tonight. I think McAllister is a class act as well. I just think that midfield is
world class.
Sorry,
world class.
We can have that discussion if you want. I think we can put that forward. Because
you
I want to say world class. I'm whining.
He's better than Maddison, isn't it?
I don't know who Maddison is, bro.
Whoa.
I don't know.
No, whoa. He's actually got a point. He's been poor of late.
I don't know who that is, but
because you notice what he did, Gox. They switched it to Kulu because before it was Maddison and all these.
Yeah, I know. Maddison was. They were trying to act like Maddison was Fabregas. They were trying to act like Maddison was Fabregas at one point, and then I don't know what happened. He had 2 or 3 games. And...
I think McAllister is probably
man has to go to bed, but he always has time for Maddison slander. That I respect. I respect.
You know what I mean? But a minute ago, what set you off, Gox? Before you go to bed, I just want to ask you. Question.
Okay. I do sound like that sometimes, so that wasn't actually bad. It wasn't terrible. But on the other hand, fuck you. Sorry.
I would say that McAllister is probably.
Hey, Ash, you know Cass is backstage because he just messaged.
Is it?
Yeah, he's been there.
I thought he was on the show and he wasn't talking. I literally just said,
bro, this guy might be one of the worst hosts. I'll be saying this for like 10 fucking minutes, yeah? What's the point of a private chat if you don't even fucking check? You talk about hosting. I'm hearing next shit by flipping Mr. Box Office's brother here, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking like, bro, where?
Listen. Let's dead this Mr. Box Office thing early on. Let's dead it early doors. That ain't gonna stick.
You got the same trim, you got the glasses, the beard, and you've also even got the same headset.
Oh, we've already know about the headset. Loud the headset, man.
How's the headset getting noticed? I've been wearing this headset for weeks.
The camera, bro.
It looks like a hand now from the older brother,
Box
maybe.
Office trim, you know.
That's
You know what I was gonna
that's
say?
the biggest disrespect of everything he said.
Exactly. 'Cause, hey, no disrespect to Mr. Box Office, but he's never looked like he's just come from the barbers. So I don't know. No, I love Box Office. It's love.
You know the maddest thing is, yeah.
Come on and defend yourself, bro.
I'm so like, no joke. Running the extra channel, I'll be knackered. I wasn't even gonna come on. Then I said, I looked at the panel quickly, and you said that Stefan was coming on, and I see there was no Stefan. I said, yeah, I'm jumping on. I'll say it nice, loud and clear. I'll say it in the chat, Stefan, you seem decent, but if you ever come to UK, I'm punching you up. It's just like, can't ever forget those things, man.
Man's just waiting at Heathrow, yeah. Just with the signs.
What's Gox's prediction?
Listen, what's my prediction?
Yeah.
I think it'll be 2-0 Liverpool.
2-0.
I think it'll be 2. I think it'll be what we'll score. I think we'll score in the first half. It'll be cagey, and I think we'll get a goal on the break late on. That's what I predict. Listen, fellas, I'm gonna go on that note, and you know what I mean. I'll see you next week.
God bless. Take care,
man.
We got, man.
I was going to say, Ash, on the McAllister and Kulu thing, I would say that McAllister's either there or thereabouts in terms of class, but I prefer a Kulu type of a midfielder.
More mobility for you.
To resist in terms of where he can play, the height, the strength, his ability on the ball retention, everything else. Like I prefer that kind of player, but I can see why McAllister's world class. Absolutely,
obviously, fucking Eddie Howe's suicide ball. Do you know what I mean? Because he preferred
that's probably it.
For 10 years.
If we had Kulu, Isak, and Gordon on the front line,
Wait, Kulusevski on the right wing.
Yeah,
dead.
You think so?
He's found his new position now.
Yeah,
he's found his new position now.
I like him
much better now.
In the midfield since he's been playing all this season. Pretty much, he's been. His ability to skip a man and drive. It's weird how he doesn't do that on the wing enough. But maybe you got to be a little bit more explosive. I think he's.
I think that's a good observation. I think when you got on the wing, when you're playing against a defender who knows how to defend, who's showing you on the inside, who's positioned in the midfield, you're not up against. Very often, you're going to be playing against players that are that good defensively, who can play on the turn, or their head on the pivot. So, I agree. To me, it begs the question of what happens with Maddison and whether Maddison will be a role player. And what I mean by that is
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. If you got depth and quality on the bench.
Oh yeah, but it depends on whether he himself can put himself in his personality to one side and say, I'm gonna he wants to be KDB, not Bernardo.
Yeah, but he needs to learn. But Maddison needs to respectfully. You come from Leicester, know your role in it. If you can't perform at a higher a level of Tottenham, then
why is it the narrative that he's been so bad though? He's not been so bad.
No. For the standard that we put Maddison on, because he was in conversations. This is what happens.
That's fair.
When I say Kulu for Newcastle, I don't mean like a touchline right winger. Actually, how he plays for Tottenham right now, where he can play in the centre, but when you have possession in the midfield and you break on teams, he goes out wide. Like when he scored against was it West Ham?
Yeah, it was West Ham. He went from out to in.
He went from out to in. That's perfect.
Bit more of a KDB role, though, isn't it? But the thing is,
yeah.
I hear that because you got Pedro Porro bombing on a little bit more, on the overlap. But for me, I like him in the middle. You know what it is I think one thing that he has, like I know you mentioned McAllister. For me, McAllister is definitely world class, isn't it? There's a bag of sentiment. He's just ridiculously sick. You know when you don't even call out a praise for when someone drops 7 out or 8 out of 10s anymore. It's just like that's the norm. Kulusevski is his link up with 1, 2, and go. That's for me. Him and Son's got a good link up. Like you pass, I run, you go into that space. He's been doing that quite a lot, but
also back to goal, like. But also back to goal, like to be that big, that strong, hold it up and do that give and go. It gives your attack, your link up play, such options. It's incredible.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, man. Balance as well as a
But I just think for me, for Kulu, it's just consistency now because we see it last season where he was in and out of form. People weren't really talking about him the way they were talking about him now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And now we're going to say, this is your role. You are a number 8. You're defensively sound. You can win the ball back, use your physicality. You're on the half turn. You can sometimes jump on the flank. You can sometimes act as almost like a false line because if you look at his actual heat map or his average position, he's actually our highest player, even higher than Solanke. Because Solanke is like a striker, but he roams. Do you know what I'm saying? But in terms of Kulusevski, I think, in that position, I think he needs to be playing against Chelsea's and turning up. You see what I'm trying to say? He needs to be playing against Liverpool and turning up. And then we can have these type of conversations. And it's a consistent one. I don't want to just do that he only needs to score against the big 6, then I'll rate him. But I do need to see some consistency as well against the smaller teams where he just goes around 4 or 5 games and he's either assisting or scoring. Do you know what I'm saying? To have that kind of conversation with you guys on a serious tip and say, look, he's not world class, but is he getting there? Do you know what I'm saying? Is he
I think what makes somebody world class though is consistency, right?
Most
of these players have the ability. It's just how consistent can you do it? And what's happening, I think, with Kulu is he hits form, and it will hit form for a good 6-7 weeks, and then the drop off is so big that you almost forget that he's even as good as he can be, 100%. And then he'll go off form 100%. For a good 3 months, and then he's back again at the beginning of next season for 10-15 games looking good. So I think with Kulu, before he even gets into that conversation, we need to see a consistent season where he's doing bits like he's doing now for across the entire season. That's what brings people into the conversation, right?
One consistent season in the Premier League. Now you're in world class conversation.
No. I'm just talking about. Talking about whether or not somebody is rated as a top player. Do you get what I'm saying? You have
I made sure I said it. I'm not gonna just say top 6. I need to see a consistent run as well. And obviously, I'm not gonna be one of those guys. Because look, Palmer, for example, everyone's like Palmer. Do you know what I mean? For a season, he's done it. Now this season's coming and he started off on fire. Yeah. And then obviously he's played against Liverpool and he hasn't really exploded the way we thought he would.
Man, I think that's unfair, man. He played some cameo appearances.
Unfair to Pause or unfair with his performance?
Palmer, you know. I mean, see Palmer, yeah. Palmer burst onto the scene at City, scored a winner in, I can't remember what final it was, whatever game. Said he didn't want to be there no more. Went Chelsea and was on fire the whole time, basically. So that is
very loosey-goosey with the truth here. But
what do you mean?
Didn't he say he wants to go on loan? And then Pep said,
so maybe I got that wrong. But in terms of the performances, which is the key, I think I haven't seen him be shit for an extended period. So as much as it's ridiculous to talk about world class, I think he's got more merit to it because he's not had no dips.
Yeah,
100%. I agree with that.
Get what I mean? And he could have a dip, of course, but at the moment,
we shouldn't even entertain this conversation. Kulusevski is nowhere near of a world class level. You're not even in Champions League. You ain't done it in the Champions League. You're barely consistent in the Premier. You're just a very good player who's playing very well. You're having your patch. Let's see if it can continue into an actual run.
No, I agree. But has Palmer been Champions League?
What?
Has Palmer been Champions League?
I don't know. No one calls Cole Palmer world class until he's done it in the Euros final. He's been clutching different moments, so that's added to his game. He's done an absolute madness consistently in a crap Chelsea side, got them to 6th and whatnot. He's still doing it right now. And I'm pretty sure they're more than likely a better team and they're going to be in the Champions League. And then we can see what he's about. Because then he has actually a profile of 2 years or an e-portfolio to build off of. And then when he goes and does it, if he does it in a Champions League, which he's also featured for City and scored in, then we can have a conversation about Cole Palmer and his numbers. This is why when someone tells me, is Saka world class or not? I said, yeah, he is, because he's one of the best in his position currently.
And you see that, yeah? Do you see what he just did there? All of that stuff before Saka, yeah? You see how much of a compelling argument was of how much stuff he had. So now do the same thing for Kulu, because I know the conversation ain't that long.
He's nowhere near in the conversation. Nowhere near. But I just wanted to ask.
But he looks good. He looks good in centre mid though. Kulusevski. He's looking right now like Gravenberch. I think that's a better conversation. He's having his Gravenberch moment. He's been consistent for so far in the Prem. He's been one of Tottenham's better players.
Yeah.
Even if you have lost, Kulusevski's been one of the better players even during those losses, like Newcastle, for instance.
Where do you stand with the Foden Palmer obviously conversation? Because we've had it a few times.
Can we get one thing straight? Stop putting Saka in these conversations as well. I know you haven't yet, but he's a right winger. Palmer, Foden's 10. They're even different types of 10s. Foden comes back and today he still keeps scoring goals. Foden's been doing it for years. He's clutching moments. They're both just as good. They're just different kind of 10s. One's a bit more creative. One gets penalties. The other one is pretty much a different profile for me, man. But Cole Palmer could be in this conversation by the end of the year, innit?
Which conversation?
You know, like Foden Palmer, which one you like to which one you prefer? I think they're both different 10s, so it all comes down to preference in the end.
I think it'll be like, listen, I think Foden. I think it's very difficult for someone to have eyes and say Foden. Like I do. Like I'm not saying you're gonna argue Foden with stats, statistics, and how long he's been doing it. Yeah, that's how you're gonna argue that Foden's better than Palmer. But if you're watching them both and you're looking at Foden, you're saying, listen, this guy, you know, he's like a second striker now. What happened to the Stockport Iniesta? Decided to become the Stockport Suarez. Do you know what I mean? Like, the guy just bangs goals now. Like, he's not playmaking like he used to. He's not facilitating play like he used to. He's the goal scorer, as it were. So, to me, if you have someone like Palmer who can score goals, but is still playmaking and facilitating and things like that,
yeah,
play across the attack and drop. I think it's difficult.
You know what it is, yeah? For me, Foden's on a pedestal, so he gets highlighted when he has a bad game. I don't hear no one talking about Palmer against Liverpool at all.
Getting marked out by Curtis Jones.
He got absolutely marked out like it was Eden Hazard when he was getting followed down like a rash by Ander Herrera, and he was silent and didn't get into the game whatsoever. No word about it. See, that's the difference in pedestals when someone gets highlighted. People don't do this stuff. So again, it's not really fair because it's the recency bias kind of thing on a player that's been playing well.
I don't know though. I don't know because I think with Palmer in that Liverpool game, the tactic was to get the ball from back to front as quickly as possible. Right? The tactic was to not have a midfield battle. So I think Palmer didn't get on the ball as much because that was the tactic. So I wouldn't say he was rubbish in the game.
He was.
I think the tactic wasn't to get the ball to him and to spend much time trying to be creative in that game.
I could highlight a few moments for Palmer in the first half, even when he did get the ball and how wasteful he really was with his final ball. So and that won't get spoken about. And this is just being fair as well. Really and truly, the highlights of that game was Lavia and Caicedo. That's who shined bright for Chelsea for me, anyways. Especially Lavia in that first half. That performance was ridiculous. But that's it. But you're allowed a rough game. But it won't get spoken about.
Tim, where do you sit on the Foden Palmer conversation? Where do you feel about it?
Both sides make compelling arguments. I think when Jay says stats and everything else, that's one way of judging a player. But I also think they play for two different teams. Obviously, with Man City, we saw, for instance, against the Wolves game, they're up against a team that are constantly defending in their final third. So his creativity isn't going to be the same as Palmer's, where, you know, threaded balls, through balls and stuff like that. Is going to be about scoring and just flooding the box because they're already in the box. There is no need to do a through ball or be creative or do crosses. They're already in the box just by the way they play. So the goal stats are going a bit higher for him. Palmer, fantastic player. I think we're about to learn because it's good that Kaz rose the situation between him and Curtis Jones because I think Newcastle got Chelsea next and they're going to do the same thing. What Liverpool actually did was get Soboslai to drop back and defend against Gusto, who wanted to get the ball to Palmer. So Palmer's supply line was stopped. So this is where you're going to, and then Curtis Jones was able to also kind of man mark. It was easy for him to man mark Palmer in that case. So this is where we get to find out, is Palmer just good or is he actually great? Because if more and more teams start kind of applying those type of tactics, cutting off his supply line and being rough with him, marking him, we're gonna find out how good he is. With Foden, he's already crossed that Rubicon. He's been marked out of games. He's been kicked. He's been doubled up on. He's been in high pressure situations, and he's learned over time to deliver. Hence, why Foden, in my word, is world class.
I don't know. I think that's a little bit harsh though, because when you look at the teams that they play for, right? If you're prepping for a City game over the years, right? You're looking at, all right, let's see how we can control the supply to Haaland. We all know if you don't supply Haaland, he can be a bit quiet, right? Then you're looking at KDB and you're looking at Bernardo as their creative players. You're looking at, and then you're thinking about Foden, right? So you've got a lot of you've got a lot of tactics, a lot of players that you've got to try and starve off possession. With Chelsea in recent years, it's literally, if you can stop Cole Palmer, you significantly reduce their chances of scoring goals. So it's quite different. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's going to be a lot easier to say, right, you sit on Cole Palmer, you make sure Cole Palmer, the ball don't get to Cole Palmer, than it is to really mark Foden out of the game. So I think it's a little bit unharsh. Unharsh, that's not even a word. I think it's a little bit unfair. Do you get what I'm saying? To say Foden's proven it and Cole hasn't. They're in two completely different situations.
Can we add context as well? Yeah, Foden plays majority of his time out on the left-hand side without his favoured foot. Last year, when KDB was out for a period of time, he was playing in a 10 and he was bagging, whether it was against Brentford, like carrying the team on his back, which he was doing. So he hadn't even played a majority of his games in a 10 yet. He's yet to even go in that role. And second of all, when Cole Palmer has to consistently face low blocks every game, then we can judge it then. When we've seen it twice this year. Palace, Nottingham Forest for mainly. Nottingham Forest, he actually had quite a decent game. He had some decent moments, Palmer. But against Palace, bar the I think it was the one, did he supply the goal? Did he score the goal past Henderson, which I thought Henderson should have caught anyways. Non-existent really. So again, doesn't get spoken about in context. When you have to play consistent low blocks, you have to find situations which are a lot more difficult.
A good point that one of my friends said to me was when Palmer was doing all this stuff for Chelsea last season, Chelsea were nothing. They were, below 6, 7, 8. No one was watching like that. We were seeing the output and we were seeing the stat line at the end of the game, but we weren't really watching Chelsea games like that. He's obviously started the season good, but I mean, I was hate watching them all the time. Let's call a spade a spade. You got me. But the point would remain, though, moving on to the season. Chelsea, the longer the season goes on, the more people will respect Maresca. They're going to start coming up with counter plans to them. You're going to start hearing, 20, 30 games in, has Maresca been found out? Because it'll happen, because teams will be able to counter them. I think if you made a World 11 right now, Palmer would be close. He'd definitely be in the squad.
Yeah, on form, obviously. But that's down to form. Foden's barely played this year.
No, but the World 11 would be based off a year.
Yeah, but then you're talking about someone who got Premier League Player of the Season and also backed up with the statistics.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about with Foden.
Yeah, but my thing with Foden is like, listen, we've seen him for England without this plethora of superstars. Let's not lie.
Yeah. I think individually, it's like Palmer's a little bit more free. He's not. I would say Foden is. I think I would call it a bit more of he's a bit more limited because he's always in a particular system. Palmer has the freedom to express, so he's more used to that, which is more we'd call raw.
Nah, but
that's
look
what
at it like
you
this,
have to
yeah.
become accustomed to a system. That's how you're going to be playing more time.
What system did Palmer have when he came on in the Euros? And
Yeah, but that's just what I'm saying. He's not accustomed to a system. He's more free.
Is he more of a maverick?
So that makes him
He's kind of allowed to do what he wants.
But that's also him, though. He's also more of a maverick.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's what I say. I think when it comes to Foden, he's been a part of a system since 17. Like he knows his way of playing. So that natural way of wanting to play expressively, like you want to express yourself, he's just going to be used to how Pep plays, really, which I think is this is what
a negative for him, though.
Yeah,
that's a great. That's what I'm saying. Are you saying he's an elite system player?
Mm.
Yeah, I'll go down to that as well. Of course he was, but when it comes to expressing himself, this is why I don't like mad systems, because you lose that bit of fire and that little bit of star magic, however you want to label it, in what we used to see. Like there's always been systems, but right now it's that systematic. I think it ruins players.
Is Amarim is he a systems player or not?
He's pretty systematic.
Yeah, of course he's got his system. He's got a 3-4-3, but the thing is, in his 3-4-3, with his attacking players especially, he gives them the freedom to express themselves a little bit, but there still is a way of playing, of course. That's how it used to be pretty much in Prem and pretty much all around. So now it's a little bit...
still want him then? Would you still want him then?
For me, I didn't even know yet. Anyways, for me, you know what? I'm kind of getting sold on the idea. I'm sold on the idea that Amarim's not coming because I don't think Ineos would want to pay for a manager if available. And right now, I'm even with Thomas Frank. I think it come out anyways. It's Bate who they want. He's come out now. It's Xavi, innit? That's who they want. He's on a free as well. So
can I just say with the right midfielders, I'm just looking at in terms of teams, players at the moment. Lamine Yamal, Phil Foden, Saka, Rodrigo, Olise, Dembele, Leroy Sané. Huh?
Oh, go on. Sorry, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, just top 10 like Leroy, Dembele, Sané, Neto, Diaby, and Mohamed Salah. Cole isn't there at the moment. I can't see him in the top 10.
Top 10 by what standards, though? I don't understand.
Anthony Gordon.
No, it's left wing. Not like it's not a ranking. It's just some of the players that are like value wise. So it's on transferwindow.com.
Oh.
So value wise, Cole Palmer's not there. So, but it gives you an idea, maybe a flavour of where he's at. Would you say he's a right winger then, or attacking mid?
I would say he's best in a 10. When I saw him behind Haaland last year, personally, I think he's done his best.
So he's like a Kulu. He's a similar profile to Kulu.
He done his best work behind. He needs to beat the attacking mid behind Haaland for me. That's where he operates best.
Yeah, I agree. But guys, can we talk about? I don't know if it's right to caveat to this. I mean, move to this point.
How crap Newcastle look at the moment, and how many good games they got coming up, and how it could look really, really bleak. That one.
I'm not going to do that. Still, I was going to talk about Bellingham.
Arsenal, Chelsea, all of these men are all coming up. I'm thinking.
Wow, for real. Let's go there, bro. Wow, dude, talk to me, man.
And FaZe, by the way, is FaZe. I didn't realize Mr. Famous. Didn't realize it. Now I know in it. Now
you're talking about Famous by back.
Now I know, man. Now I know in it.
I think he's talking about the. Are you talking about the viral clip with him talking to those porn stars?
Not only that, he absolutely shut up Azizi Mills on stage with the most sarcastic comments in the world, to the point her own brethren who's on the mic is also shutting her down afterwards because he comes to bro faces. And then I'm like, wait, hold on, he's in the same podcast as like Loons and Margs, and when they're talking about I'm like this brother's famous.
You're an agent.
You're making him blush. Face's
CV is crazy. He's just popping on TikTok like mad now. Like I'm saying, wait, Face.
All right. Stop doing tricks on it, Kaz. He's right though. He's doing big bits.
He's that Arteta, man. He's in his fifth.
Got 5,000, you know. Jeez.
Look what the hat says, bro.
Yeah, that's hot. He's hot turn to that one.
No, I'm just saying, isn't it? Like,
nah, he is right though. He is right. Their face is doing nice stuff.
Thanks,
if you see him, and that porn star clip is definitely worth catching up, because I know FaZe was asking for details on that. He was on cranking the conversation. I was like, all right, go on.
I've got a question, FaZe, before you go into Newcastle, just off topic, like. Do you man them get to like? Do you man them?
Oh my god!
Like, is it like that with these girls on these podcasts? Is it like this with these women on the podcast afterwards? Man, them are just taking.
What do you mean? They're not just going to like suck their dicks afterwards.
Are you sure about that?
You see that girl Bonnie? She's a proper
Slag.
traveling whorism, you know. Like I wasn't even in the room for 5 minutes, and people are showing me video of her sucking cock and just doing the wildest stuff. Like, for me, I'm scared. I'm scared of women like that.
Oh, you're scared of getting your dick sucked?
No, she's scared.
No! Whoa,
Listen, she might take the soul, fam.
Bro, I'm telling you, look at her. She looks dead inside. She looked dead inside, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. She looked.
What are you saying? The eyes went all dead.
Bro, bro, because let's be honest, like, if you're gonna do that, and also do it like without an alias, without like you're putting it out to the world. That's and you know what men are like, you know how men talk, you know how men think, you know public perception. Like you have to be, to me, desensitized to a certain, like completely. You got to just like separate your mind and body completely in that instance, because otherwise, ain't she getting man to give up their student loans to Chopper? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know where, but this took a turn.
I mean,
sorry.
We don't normally talk about this type of stuff on this type of show.
Okay,
we're gonna go back to the football. Send me a DM afterwards.
Oh my God, you're sick, man!
I was joking. Banter.
I'm not. Send me that DM, bro.
Banter. Anyway, so moving on. Newcastle. Apologize. Sorry. Spotlight's on you again. How are you feeling into that run? Like Cass is saying,
we've got Chelsea. We've got Chelsea's right. I mean, we've got Chelsea on Sunday. Then we've got a League Cup against Chelsea again on Wednesday. Then Arsenal away, and then finish up with a Forest away. Just have to break it down one by one, isn't it? I think it's an opportunity for Newcastle to show themselves where they're at. They actually, despite the result against Brighton, we actually
played quite
well, actually. So that's the disappointment. The one metric that was most important was the goals part, and that's where we lacked.
Do you see the one thing about playing Brighton and losing and going away from that game being like, these guys aren't better than us? What the hell?
Say that again.
You know, I'm basically saying losing to Brighton, but you go away from the game thinking these guys aren't better than us.
That's exactly how I felt, Jay. That's exactly how I felt when me played.
You felt. They beat you as well. You felt the same way, right?
Brighton are good, man.
No, they are good.
Brighton are a very good team. I mean, I did watch the game, the Brighton United game. I think, what on earth? Like, how do we lose that? But they are a very, very good team. Brighton can beat anyone.
They're not. No, they're
all right. You're better than this, Jay. Though you're actually.
They're all right. No, listen. I watched them against United. I watched them against Spurs. I watched them against Newcastle. I'd argue in all three games, not one of them were the better team. But they have 9 points.
And Everton. I would say even Everton. Even though they panned them, they're lucky they even got that result with Everton.
That's what I'm saying. They have 9 points, but I swear they weren't the better team in any of those 3 games.
Listen, man. I'm sorry to be vanilla, but you create your own luck, man.
Yeah, but you know what?
Your own luck. It's boring as hell, but you do. You can't say in like 5 of the what are we 8 games in?
Yeah.
That they're just lucky.
You know what? Even against Arsenal, they were lucky.
I got crucified, So 2 years ago when I started YouTube,
Jinx is like thinking about it, like shit. They were lucky against us.
With Man United, I was getting this. The thing is, people were cussing me for the same thing, for getting away with it 2-0, 1-0, 3-1 sometimes. Then like all of that kind of stuff, and they got to like March, we're still running our luck. I got told about the same thing. That's when the keyword. The buzzword sustainability came out. I didn't get told creating your own luck. I didn't get told, you're luck, like you're creating your own luck. I didn't get what you just said.
Come on, man. We support United. You know it's different.
Wait, you support United as well?
Yeah.
United, yeah.
I wouldn't have recognised.
You didn't even recognise each other. The club's in such disarray.
It's so funny. United with the same level of disdain.
Both on the podcast last week.
Yoms, I think he thinks you're a Tottenham fan. That's why
He thinks I'm Mr. Box Office. That's what it is.
Back to you, Ashmatic. I'm done. That's it.
I mean, for the Chelsea game, we were just talking about Cole Palmer. I'd love to see how he's going to do if Joe Linton is breathing down his neck for the whole game. Let's see.
Disrespect, Jay. You're so disrespectful.
Like I said, I love Newcastle.
I just said Cole Palmer's one of the best players in the world, and he says, "I wonder what he's going to do."
You know what, Toon, yeah? I really do hope you win. Like, honestly, I really do.
You know, this guy, I'm going to get my brother, and the brother turns up in some short brick.
I like Joe Linton a lot. It just sounded so funny.
I know. It didn't feel striker.
Hold on.
The field striker.
How much?
It makes sense to him, but it just sounds funny.
How much better is Curtis Jones to Joe Linton? Is it like
there you go. Now he's shooting everybody. Now he's shooting everybody now. Look. What did Curtis do?
Yeah, but the difference is it's at Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea ain't actually performed that great, actually. So you might have a point there. But if you do, you know why I need you to win? It's because the Glazers for Chelsea don't mind. I'm a part of that point. I'm a part of that because they look good. But if United beat West Ham, all of a sudden we're on the same points.
Are you playing West Ham at not Upton Park?
What's he gonna do when Joe Linton gets a hold of him?
Nah, listen. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's just going to do it for everybody. He's going to be like, what's Caicedo going to do when Joe Linton starts winning at him?
Who's Caicedo and Joe? Who's Caicedo?
Yeah, but Jones is at home at Anfield, isn't it? So
man.
We got West Ham at West Ham Stadium, but I'm not going to lie. The team that looks worse than United.
Clip this.
I know Joe Linton, you know. I know. Anyone try and move to you? Listen, kids, if anyone try and move to you, just tell them you know Joe Linton.
I know, man.
They'll back up.
What a silly.
Oh, my.
Always gonna get you.
Make sure you're here next week.
Man's talking about Joe Linton like he's Beetlejuice, you know.
No, I get it though. It's the Part G Sung effect, isn't it? It's the Part G Sung effect.
Make sure you guys are here next week Wednesday. I want you all here next week Wednesday. I'll have some clips for you. I'm going to do a montage.
Sorry.
I'm going to do a montage.
Sorry, that's amazing. Oh, Yoms, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to grow your hair out. Dreads are kind of comfortable. Like, you'll be fine, bro. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? Shave your beard, grow your hair out. It's fine.
Get some contact lenses, in it.
Yeah.
Get a whole look.
Man said, I am willing to pay £20 a month to not look like Mr. Box Office.
But trust me.
You know what it is? You got the same smile as well.
No. He doesn't look like Box Office.
No. And Box Office talks at 100 miles an hour, bro. Like, nothing alike.
And that's it for me.
Oh, man. I don't know why saying for me made him sound like a children's TV presenter, because he never says that's it for me. And that's it for me. Thank you very much.
No. Bloody hell.
There's always the move at the end.
Black Mel said James Street is crazy.
It's Halloween.
Oh my god.
Oh man. No. You know, it makes sense. It just sounds stupid. That's all. Oh man. Oh.
Yeah. Silly. That's all because Tui was just trying to big up his midfield.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd like to see what he's gonna do when Joe Linton.
Dead serious, you know. I looked at the camera.
He said that with a straight face. He said that. He said that like we don't know who Joe Linton is.
No.
You don't rate him, no?
No,
All
shit,
right.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure
Nah.
all of you are here next week, Wednesday.
Oh man.
It just sounded funny. Man.
Hey,
It just
hey,
sounded so
Toon's
funny.
gonna start the stream at 8:30 next week. If Newcastle win, man, he's just gonna be there waiting like this.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Do you know what I mean?
You already come on.
Oh man. Fucking hell.
1 minute, 1 minute 25, 1 minute 30. That's okay. I'm gonna
That's what I'm
timestamp. I'm gonna timestamp that.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, it's scary, but not for us.
Hey.
That's Mazzy, but yeah, go on.
Okay.
That's your point, bro. That's your point too. Get me.
Get to what was the point you were trying to make before you were
So, yeah.
viciously?
So the main thing we're talking about, I was talking with BDB actually. BDB Dan was the midfield battle. We
Don't
talked
say
about
his
it.
name again. Don't say his name again, please. I'm begging you.
Mad stuff, I don't know.
The midfield battle, you know.
So I still got a better midfield than Spurs. What's so funny about that?
You got your belly laughs that time. You know what I
Really?
mean? That snapped me out.
So
of it.
Banter
Now I'm awake.
isn't better than Tonali. Basuma's not better than Bruno.
What?
Guimaraes.
This guy's
And Papi
hurt.
Sarr is not better than Joe Linton.
Attack! Hurt people. That's what I've learned today. Hurt people. Hurt people. I'm sorry too.
He can't say Jordan for the rest of the stream. He can't say his name. It is so unfair.
Nah,
It's
listen,
so unfair.
he's got a point. Like the thing is like it just sounds so ridiculous though. Like,
Why?
but he has a point. Do you want to try and say the point again? See if we can get it.
Man said it hurt people.
So, all right, let me phrase it in the way. Curtis Jones, the legend, world-class midfielder who shut down Cole Palmer. His understudy. He's the person he's trying to be. He's trying to replicate Joe Linton. Trying to replicate Curtis Jones.
Are you lot, all I can do, all I can hear is you lot still. Are you still laughing at Yoms?
No, they're laughing at Joe Linton this time. I don't know. They're laughing at Joe Linton this time. So
we're just struggling to get past Joe Linton. I think
what's wrong with what he said though? I don't understand what's funny about it.
we're trying to get to the bottom of it. I don't know.
Sometimes it's not the what, it's just
sometimes
You had to be there, Cass. You had to be there.
He was there.
I can't give you the same experience, bro. You had to be there.
Let's give us a score predictions.
He's trying to explain to a 15-year-old who Tupac was. You just had to be there, bro. You just had to be there.
It was. If we told you what we've been laughing at for the past 6 minutes, you'd think we were mad. But
No, true.
It's definitely by far the funniest thing that's happened to me this week. So yeah.
No, but no, let's keep it score predictions though. I want to hear about Toon's predictions for Newcastle.
Yeah, I predicted 1-1. I predicted a 1-1.
Who's gonna score?
For Newcastle.
Wow, you know,
Jay, that was low, Jay. That was bad. That was bad.
It's going to be beautiful. Do you know what? It'll be so poetic if he does it.
You know what? We've created it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. We've created it.
I would love it.
I'd love it if we beat him.
No, I hope Isak will come back on the score sheet. I can see Isak
How
coming back on the
many games has it been for him?
What's that?
How long has it been since he scored? I know he's been injured, but how long has it been since he actually scored?
Since the Southampton game. First game of the season.
So basically just realizing now that Isak's actually overrated. all of a sudden.
Well, he has been injured for the last 4
I
or 5
wouldn't
months.
go-
So I wouldn't
Does anyone
overstep
agree
it
with
just
that
yet.
statement? I think
By the
he's
way-
amazing, you know.
I think he's injury prone. That's what he is.
And eventually, these injuries carry on, and carry on. And he's been getting injuries for such a long time, since before Newcastle. I don't remember. Overrated doesn't mean bad. I just think he gets put on a pedestal that he shouldn't be in. Does he have the world-class ability? Of course he does have that ability. Does he show it sometimes? Yes. But on a consistent basis, he has patches. And I don't like that about strikers. That pisses me off.
Can I just ask, did you make gel off because of last week?
No. What are we doing?
What are you? Because last week you said you were going to make gel off. Did you make gel off?
Well, since then,
Is that what you're eating?
no, I'm eating curry, bro.
Say so.
I was going to say a goosey soup. I was going to say more.
That's what I thought. I thought he was going to come out with something. I'm eating panda jam or something like that.
Yeah. No, you know, all you lot. See, the thing is, if I was black, you lot wouldn't be laughing. But the fact that you see white,
Say it how it is. Say it how
I
it
hear
is.
that. I hear that. I hear that.
Spade, Cass.
I hear that.
Racism.
This is a safe space, Cass. And because you're white, we're gonna laugh. No.
Jay,
Put that bit out of the show before I get cancelled.
Jay, you're whiter than me.
Nah, I mean,
Might be onto something.
I mean, like, if I like, you know what? Let me not even go there. Like, you know,
Let's go back to the predictions.
You can have this small W. Take the small W. Take
Joe
your
Linton. Joe Linton.
Oh, Jay, if you're around Saturday,
Joe Linton.
you're around Saturday. It'll be interesting to see what you're like in person.
Oh, me, listen. I'm
coming
vibes.
Saturday.
Like, there can be no doubt that I'm just good vibes and fun. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, like if I'm around, I'm going to Warehouse Project at some point as well.
Ooh la la.
So, yeah, should be. Yeah, going on a date to Warehouse Project.
Going on a date, bro. I swear you always got, bro. There's always next gal always walking past you.
Well, you know, I don't mean to say too much, but I'm sort of a Joe Linton where I'm from.
Like maybe FaZe can hook you up with Bonnie.
Thanks. No. Just gonna see. But yeah, prediction: Newcastle Chelsea. I think Newcastle need to get something from this game.
That's true.
You know
It's
what I mean?
all about see it for me, and that's it for me. I'm done. Back to you.
Yeah.
The comments are
That's
killing
it.
me. Sorry. That's it. I'm done.
Do you know what it is with Newcastle? Because they've got such a hard run in, and that result was a poor result, regardless of how Newcastle played. There's extra pressure. I hate to say it on Eddie Howe because
he's not good enough.
For the ambition that what Newcastle owners want, what the direction the club's going on, I felt like there was being a bit of I don't know, in the background noise, it seems like disruption. They don't seem like it's a happy marriage, in my opinion. So I don't know if they're going to use this as an excuse to kind of push him out. I don't know. I'm just saying. So I think
it's not an excuse, though, is it?
Is it me or are difficult runs good? I prefer it when you've got really difficult
not for United
teams.
Not for United.
Not for you. There's no such thing as an easy run for United, but difficult teams back to back is a good thing in the Premier League. Personally, I think if you can come out of a four game difficult run with I don't know, say even 7 points, that difficult run can only be followed by an easy run, right? Yeah. Because if you're playing all of your difficult games in a batch, then like
the problem
have it that you've
I
got
agree with you, Yoms.
Easier games too.
I agree with you. The problem is at the end of that 4 games is international break. So it goes back to Ash's point. If God forbid we get knocked out of the League Cup, we end up with 2 points and we've got the whole 2 weeks to think about things. It could be quite worrisome, but it depends, isn't it? I think there's an outside perception. It's good to learn from rivals, actually. But I always say this. I feel like people have this perception of Eddie Howe as being Mark Hughes because he's got blonde hair and blue eyes, but he's actually he's Joe Linton. But he's actually a very, very good coach, and people forget that he took Bournemouth, where he took Bournemouth from, and where he's taken Newcastle from. I am going to learn as a fan this year what his ceiling is. And so you're right, Yoms. It'll be interesting to see how he comes out of this particularly difficult run. So yes, Chelsea game is going to be.
Well,
with Mr. Sparky, I wouldn't say that the comparison's down to the fact that he's got blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah, big up Mark Hughes. It's just that they're just losing a level that they can only take you so far.
But how do you know what his level is, Kaz? How do you know what Eddie Howe's level is?
Because I don't know. You know what it is for me? I don't look at Newcastle and say they have a bad squad. I think the injuries have killed you in it, and I don't actually think you've been backed. You know, it might be actually a little bit harsh for Eddie Howe in it. But sometimes you see if a manager can get the best out of a situation, and this is where you earn your money, as they say, right? So you know what? In your case, it is quite fair. To be fair, I think this season will land to see how far he can really take the squad and manage it.
One thing you said that I because you kind of went ooh, and I was like, okay, I'm with you again, because the point you made that I agreed with the most was, like, I think when you judge Eddie Howe, you have to look quite a few serious injuries amongst like key players in the squad. One, they spent quite a lot quite quickly, and that limited them a lot with PSR. You can see they lost Elliot Anderson. You see they lost.
What are they looking like, by the way?
Yeah, you know what I mean? They both look good, like good players. So they lost two.
They could do with him this year.
And I understand now why they would have rather saw Bruno Guimaraes, because I would have, if I'm them. Like, not saying that Bruno isn't the better player than those two, but it's like they needed a right winger. Yeah, they sold the right winger they had. So now you had a solution and you've created a new problem. But
they were looking at Mbermo, and I'm not joking. If you put Aden and Mbermo to Isak and that goal, is ridiculous.
True, but they had this summer to get Mbermo.
Yeah, that's what
that window's gone now.
I said that. Jay, do you not remember we was having
this conversation? We were discussing him, and we were saying that he's
weeks ago.
He's next up, but they could still get like a Semenyo next summer or something.
That's week. I think they should aim higher for me.
No, but the last thing I'll say is with Howe, if we're gonna judge him at the level of certain players in the squad that he's elevated, sometimes you fall to the. If he's played these players, and a lot of them have played above their actual talent level. Once they fall back down to their average, because I've seen it with players like Dyer and Davies and stuff like that. Players can consistently play above their talent level for a period of time, and then it goes. And then all of a sudden, they revert back to the normal level. And now you're criticizing the coach because he's not able to get the players to play above and beyond themselves. But we've kind of been putting a plaster on a bullet wound, because we've known at the highest level, top 6, top 4, Europe, Newcastle need more. Do you know what I mean? They need more, and they could see that. And I think you can look back at this Paul Mitchell, Eddie Howe thing in the summer and be like, what happened there? Because it's like you chase Mark Gahey all summer.
For a ridiculous price as well.
For a ridiculous price, but you end up getting it. So who's the backup? You don't get him. You don't get anybody else afterwards. And now you spend the summer chasing somebody, and you have the money. We know you have 60 million. So I'm assuming all the best targets or the people you wanted either would not let their players go at that time or had already previously moved in the summer. So now you're doubly penalized for putting all your eggs in a Mark Gahey basket. And it's like, by not getting him, you've kind of messed up the first half of your season to an extent. Because with a stronger centre-back in some of these games, they might have been able to firm a couple of these games. So
this is where scouting comes into play. If you're going to put up 60 million, go get yourself 30 million quality players that's probably not in the Premier League. There's some good players out there, man.
Which then comes down to the Eddie Howe versus Paul Mitchell, like conflict of who's in charge, who's bringing the players in.
Quite a good database as well. Like with
but it's not just the database. They've got a great database, but it's down to, okay, who's pulling the trigger here? Like, who is accountable if this player fails? Who's signing off?
You know what? I think this is where the cash might have come. Eddie Howe's given a list, and there's the most expensive to the least, obviously. And that's how it pretty much goes, and who's better and who's not.
Well,
Eddie Howe probably looked at that list and said, the only one I like on this list is that player and the other players. So maybe there is a bit of conflict of interest of the type of players, maybe. But this is just theorizing what the situation could be.
I think it's the truth though, because it's the same with Arteta and a fucking striker. It's like he's got someone in mind, And unless it's not this guy, because I've selected him for
Mr. Anyokarez, man, I don't give a shit.
Do you know what I mean, though? So I understand what you lot are saying about look for someone else, but sometimes that guy is that guy. Because
I think the big plan was for Toast. Well, not big plan, but Tosin Adarabai was. He was obviously free.
But Custom that guy for winning Jollof and making Jollof, but can't even say my man's name. I'm just saying.
I'm with Cass as well. I bet none of you lot eating fucking fish and chips. Down your fucking neck.
We wanted to get Tosin. We didn't get Tosin. We went for Kilman, but then we didn't want Kilman. We went for another Malik Chow from AC Milan, but I don't think Paul Mitchell fancied him that much.
Obviously, pause for a second, because Lloyd Kelly, what's happened there? Because he came with a little bit of fanfare. There was a few teams that I know Spurs tried to buy him in January. Like, shut up. So he came with some fanfare, and he was like, well, he's already on the bench. And listen, I don't give a shit how good you think Dan Burn is. Yeah, like if you're bringing in a player, they should be able to bench Dan Burn at centre back.
Well, exactly. They should be, but they're not. The key difference with Byrne is obviously his leadership and his aerial ability. But the key difference for Kelly is that he's able to bring the ball out from the back and do line breaking passes. But for the last game that he started against Fulham, he was terrible. He wasn't winning anything, and since then he hasn't come back in. Either has Joe Willock, who started that game. So you have to earn your place. And you're right. You have to. If you can't beat Dan Burn, that says more about you than it says about Dan Burn.
Is Lloyd Kelly actually? I don't look at Lloyd Kelly as a back four centre back though. He looks like a back three type centre back, like he did at Bournemouth, like left centre back. Some not really wing back too tough, but because Kirkes was doing that role, but he's like a left centre back of a three.
But the thing is, guys, if they've got Livramento who can play left back, and they've got Hall who can play left back,
right back.
Yeah, but then it makes me wonder. Yeah. It makes me wonder. Like, obviously, I look at the left hand side, Lewis Hall, Dan Burn. I didn't think Kelly was coming in to be a centre back for the replacement or as a backup for Botman. I thought he was going to be the left back, like potentially as backup.
That's what I thought.
No, left centre back. Always left.
Not on 100 grand plus a week.
Hall is left back. He's our starting left back.
He's cold. I like your fullbacks. I think you just been really hurt by the centre back situation, not having
100%,
not having Botman, and you got to think of Fabian Schär's a successor because he's clearly running out of juice.
Yeah,
only got Shorty, but he's still got something in him. I don't see how you beat Chelsea though. I'll be real. Labia coming back is huge for them and whatnot. What is that noise? What is that noise, by the way?
It's Yom's headset, bro.
I put it on movie mode just to double down.
Do the sound effects of a creaking door.
He broke someone's neck.
Personally, unless you defend very resolute and just play break, I don't see how you really come out of Stamford Bridge with a W. But I would love for it because if we beat West Ham, which we will do, because they're actually worse than Man. They're actually worse than Man. No, you know what it is? We're bad, man. But West Ham they're crap.
I don't know about that. I think West Ham are good for 20 minutes.
Yeah, but
and United, you can if you can be good for 20 minutes against United, the game could. Be
I don't think so. With no kudos for me.
That's a big blow for them.
That's a big blow for them. And for me, I've noticed one thing with West Ham. You defend in your compact 4-4-2, and all you got to do is ping it down the wings, and you're there. And that's exactly what we did against Brentford. That's why I look at it tactically, thinking I don't really care about West Ham too much. As much as I probably should in past seasons, they just look. I think Lopetegui is what's it called? His P45 is due in it, and he's not going to down tool him very quickly.
It's going to be another win for Ten Hag, no?
You know what? For me, I've got to the point now. Yeah,
look, that's going on my tally again. That's seventh time.
Oh my! Go on.
You know what? For me, it's like, don't get me wrong. I wanted to lose for Ten Hag to leave, but I'm at a point where I just can't do it with myself no more. When I watch the game, I can't celebrate, and it's because I want a certain result. It's like, you know what? When it's time to go, he'll go in it.
They've made their decision. He is going.
But I want to
back the team until he goes.
I want to win. I just want to win in it. Like if I watch them, we win. Depends how we win. We can talk how I want to talk on the game. But when I've made my channel now of just separate for just United content only, it's just like I can't go in there because when you look at let's call it the more negative viewed towards United, they talk about the same shit every day, and that bores me.
Yeah, I hear it.
So it's boring. So it is what it is, isn't it? He'll go when he needs to go, and until then, I've kind of checked out, but I'll watch it in it. In hope.
Everyone give a score prediction for Newcastle because I do want to do
2-1 Newcastle. Oh, sorry, 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea.
They'll get a penalty to win it as well.
I think there's going to be a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of goals.
Your home score, what was it?
I think Chelsea have been scoring a lot and conceding a lot, so I can see it being like a 3-2. I think Chelsea.
A lot. They've only conceded like what is it 9 or 10 goals this season?
Who? Newcastle?
No, Chelsea. They didn't concede that much, For a Chelsea standard, at home they don't really concede a lot, either. Whether it's Palace, there was just the 0-0 against Forest, was it? Did they lose that game? I'm not too sure. I think they might have lost that game. Did they draw that
Forest,
game?
1-1.
1-1. There was a 0-0. Who is it?
Palace.
Palace. I think Eze scored. That might have been 1-0, innit?
Was that a Palace though?
Yeah, Eze scored. There was another one, but I don't think at Stamford Bridge. I think Chelsea don't look as good as they do away.
They do concede. They do concede at home. But
I think Newcastle will win for some reason.
All right, please, I need it because if I can be shameless for 1 week on Chelsea fans, saying your great team has got the same points as Man United, I swear to God, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. See, Chestnut and Cheese and Dunyan, I'm gonna cuss them out, man.
FaZe, I feel like you're gonna set me up here. Go on. They're gonna win because of why? Because
no. I wasn't even gonna do that. I've had enough, man. I was sitting there quietly thinking, "Fucking hell, they're piling on," I started to regret a bit. But I have faith. I just maybe silly the same way when I said last time we came to do what we came to do, and Newcastle just said we're not doing that, mate. I just have Newcastle have a bigger sample size of being good to me. Pause if I have to than Chelsea have. Chelsea seem a bit. I don't know. I don't know if it's a purple patch. They got a new manager. There's going to be a good period, a bad period. I have more faith in Eddie Howe than this Maresca guy.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go for Jay. You there?
I'm here.
What do you reckon? Chelsea, Newcastle. So
I think Newcastle can do something. Like I've not hated Newcastle this season. I think they've been broadly pretty good in certain games. We've got the main man who can turn up. Obviously, he shall not be named. Voldemort. So I'm looking forward to the game. I think how Newcastle play can suit this Chelsea game. Like on the counter, fast counters. I'd like to see Anthony Gordon on Reece James. Let's see how fit Reece James actually is. Do you know what I mean? So I think I think Newcastle can get something from this game.
Guys, is Cucurella still out?
He's coming back. He's coming back for this game. Yeah, it's back for this game.
Okay. Interesting.
So I think they can get something from this game. But I don't think they will. 2-1 Chelsea.
He did that. He did the Uno reverse on that.
That was dead. Go on.
You hated it. No, all right, cool.
Man hated like a City cow tonight,
Yeah, I just feel like the writing's on the wall for Eddie Howe at the moment. I have to agree. I just feel if Newcastle can get a result, it'll be good for him and the club. They need a string of results. But it's just, at the moment, that run is so difficult. And Chelsea, they need to get back to winning ways after Liverpool as well, don't they? So both teams need to win.
They got Ghent tomorrow. Or is it Panathinaikos they're playing tomorrow?
What is that?
It's massive.
They're able to rotate quite well.
Them man that get changed in the toilet will get a game tomorrow.
That's crazy.
So for that reason, I'm gonna go for 2-1 Chelsea as well.
So for the Ash, Terzic was in London this week. Who was he here for? Was it West Ham? Was it Ten Hag at Man United? Was it for Eddie Howe at Newcastle?
He got chalked off for us.
Oh, was it?
Terzic.
Yeah, he got chalked off as in like he's not him.
Would you not want him or not?
No, hell no.
Serious? Why?
No. Don't like him. Build up. He's nice and build up, but it's so slow. Can't develop young players either. And yeah, he regressed. A lot of these players, Gittins as well, like didn't really give it a lot of chances. I don't like his way of playing football. It's just I don't like it. I'm not.
Didn't he raise Bellingham? Didn't he get Bellingham and Haaland?
You know what it is for me? Sometimes some of these players are always going to be good, and that's the way I look at it. I don't think Ten Hag developed Manu. Manu was always going to be be and actually with Haaland, I'm not too sure.
So what's Cole Palmer then? What's Cole Palmer?
Terzic had, because I think Cole Palmer's always going to be good as well, regardless.
He wasn't at Man City.
I got told that because I got told Poch was a shit coach. What now? But anyways, long story short, he had 2 stints, didn't he? He had 2 stints at Dortmund. I don't like his recent stint. Not a fan. You know what? They were going to sack him regardless. Like they were going to sack him regardless of the Champions League final.
Okay. So you don't. Okay.
Let's run up the Man U West Ham predictions as well.
Yeah, we're beating them 2-0, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
Is it home or away?
Away. I prefer that as well.
I don't know, man.
Man United play better away from home at the moment.
So Garnacho and Cole, yeah? Garnacho and them, man.
I remember a game you guys had last season.
Horrendous. But it's not the same. It's not the same. So.
But what, that Brentford result, Tony, you come back here with flares as well, like Yoms and that, bro. That Brentford result, bro. Like,
I'll give credit. Like Ten Hag tactically tweaked what he needed to tweak as well, and it worked. Like,
did he play the double pivot?
So for me,
okay,
it wasn't just that. He's gone back to more of a compact, rigid kind of thing.
Who was in it?
Aston Villa, and also no, he played. He had no choice, kind of in a way, but he had Eriksen and Casemiro there.
Okay.
So all they were doing is pretty much sitting and then dictating a little bit. And I kind of liked it. Got out to the wings quickly. And that's where Man United done a lot of damage. And I've been saying this for ages. I've always preferred Rashford on the right wing because it dumbs down his game and it simplifies his decisions. And it's since COVID when he was right wing and Martial was up front and he was getting a lot of assists. Rashford's better game is not when he cuts inside because the guys are flipping IQ bimbo. Yeah. When he cuts in, he don't know if he's going to cross or shoot. Yes.
IQ bimbo.
Yes, footballing IQ bimbo. He ain't got a notion. But he doesn't know if he wants to take on a player. He doesn't know if he wants to cross it. He doesn't know if he wants to cut in and shoot. But when he's on the right, it's like the whole pitch is in front of him a lot better. He can still cut in and shoot. He can still make runs. He can still make crosses like he did for Garnacho. He's always had that in his locker. Just off the left, I just don't like him being effective off there because I don't think his performances are better off the left anyways. So it works for me, but the best right winger we have is Ahmad. But I would like to see Ahmad in a 10 at some point because that's where I believe he's best suited.
I think you guys overrate this guy. It's getting ridiculous.
Ahmad. We're still talking about Ahmad Diallo. Ahmad Diallo prop. It's nearly 2025.
Brother, you talk about Ahmad Diallo. Being funny, yeah, but you talk about Archie Gray and all these other like.
You've never heard Archie Gray's name come out of my lips.
Yes.
You have never heard me just. Listen, Chinks, be fair, yeah. Have you ever heard me talk about Archie Gray? Really?
We have a Tuesday show every week. I know you.
Not even, bro. Like, I don't gas our youngsters. Yeah, like they have to do something first. You call Brennan Johnson meaty, and if it would take if Ahmed 5x'd his output, he still wouldn't have done what Brennan Johnson's done in the last year and a half.
Brennan Johnson's hit. This is the best Brennan Johnson you're going to get, and you're going to say, "Yeah, continue," but he's not always going to say.
Okay, so last season, Brennan Johnson.
Listen, Brennan Johnson.
15 GA.
Brennan Johnson's effective, but when it comes, you know what it's for
me. Call me when Ahmad does that. Maybe by 2026.
I don't like to judge.
Brennan Johnson reminds me a lot of. He reminds me a lot of. What's Mr. Dartboard guy in that?
Madison.
Matters in that they're great in what they do going forward. I just think defensively, when teams are on the counter, they're just so flimsy and lightweight that and I think that's the problem that Spurs could have with Brendan. He's so talented.
What's Diallo doing for you guys? What's he actually assisting?
Diallo's work rate is very high. But I'm obviously his work rate is very high.
Prop. That's what we're doing. We're doing work rate prop.
Listen. By the way, before we get excited, right? United fans are not a monolith. I would like to see Diallo given the opportunity of a run of games. But I don't think Diallo's the answer to all of our problems on the right. I don't. I agree with Cass. I agree with Cass that I would prefer.
What's the question?
I'll agree with Cass that I would prefer to see Rashford playing off the right than off the left, and especially as that gives Garnacho a run of games on the left. I think part of United's problem has been chopping and changing these positions for way too long. Give the players a
By
chance.
the way, if United think that Garnacho Rashford combination of wingers is going to bring us back to the promised land, guess again, because guess what? They're both not good enough for me, anyways. Yeah, in the long term, in the long run.
Garnacho's better than Diallo.
But the thing is with Ahmad, yeah, only because of output.
I don't understand the Garnacho hate.
I don't hate him. I don't hate him.
He's done really well. Like, if it wasn't for him in some of these games,
I call this the Rashford.
Let alone 14th or wherever we are.
This is the Rashford sickness. This is the Rashford sickness. The first year he was getting goals and goals and goals, but the performance overall is stinky, and he gets overlooked because there's goals. And this is what I call a Bruno sickness as well. It's negative players, so it gets overlooked. I look at the performance sometimes, just simple things of simple fundamentals, simple decisions and stuff like that. The thing is, I don't really want to judge Garnacho too tough or Ahmad because I don't think none of these players are developing under Ten Hag at the moment. And right now, they have to use individual quality to bail themselves out and bail Man United out. So I'm not going to look at Diallo and start laughing like Jay, because Jay's actually just an idiot in general that thinks he's better than everyone else.
Bro, give it football, Cass.
So anyway,
it's fine. It's fine. They once they can't get me, they start insulting me. It's fine.
Their friends really chat. They do shows together every week.
I wasn't even looking. What possibly could I have said to make Cass so angry? I was looking down on my phone and I heard Jay's an idiot. I was like, okay, well, I mean...
Guys. I mean, Joe Linton.
Yeah, thank you. But Cass, listen, Cass, I like you, Cass.
He's gonna get you.
Are we really gonna fall out over Ahmed Diallo? Is that all my friendship is worth to you, Ahmed Diallo? It's not even like we're falling out over Rashford. It's Ahmed Diallo.
You know what it is, with United right now? We're of course we're starving. So when we see an actual good footballer, just a footballer in general, we glaze it. And right now, other than that, Man United lack good footballers.
Right.
Yeah. And the thing is, we need to develop these good footballers, and he hasn't been given a chance in the United shirt.
Maybe he's not good enough.
Kaz, let me ask you this question. Let me quickly ask you this question. If I kidnapped Ahmed Diallo, and I replaced his ass with Omari Hutchinson.
No.
I just put Omari Hutchinson in his place instead of Ahmed Diallo.
Yeah, boy.
What about him?
You wouldn't notice shit, bro. There will be no material difference between the two of those players and what they're bringing to your team.
And then I'll go back to Yom's point. Yeah, I wouldn't really notice it because he doesn't get given a run of games.
Maybe he's not good enough.
No, but
players that have been really not good enough have been given opportunities.
This is what I'm saying.
Who's really not good enough for you?
Anthony was given an entire
season,
season,
you want to give Ahmed?
and we saw.
What do you mean? He's
barely had it.
How many games has Ahmed started this season?
Ahmed has never played three full games on the bounce, bro.
Why?
It's never happened.
Do you never think why?
How about this? He got given Player of the Month, and he still got benched. Do you understand?
It doesn't make sense.
He was
the thing is, it doesn't make sense because if you're telling me Anthony has been given an entire season,
he's got work rate. Anthony's got work rate.
But he's not.
I mean, he's no Gallagher.
I know. I'm not even going to respond to that.
I thought you guys were joking because I've had it.
What I'm saying is that we've got a problem on the right. We've got a right-sided player whose best position is there, but that player has not been given an opportunity of a run of games, and shit players have. So that's why that's the beef with Ten Hag. These things are not adding up.
Who's been playing on your right? You've had 8 games this season. Who's playing on your right? So mostly.
Probably Garnacho at this point now, isn't it?
Sometimes it's Garnacho, sometimes it's Rashford. We don't know, and that's the problem.
That's the issue.
He doesn't rate Diallo.
And that's the issue. What I say with the manager, because United on the field lack good footballers. When Ahmad's on the pitch, he relieves pressure as well. Where if it's somebody else like Rashford, that they're straight on him, they're going to clamp him. The thing is, you get out of tight situations, and when it comes to the better sides that are good at pressing and that, it's quite evident. It's a bit like Tottenham. As soon as Ahmad decided he wanted to come and bring him on, all of a sudden, it alleviated a lot of pressure, and Spurs can press us as well. Whereas Garnacho, they were clamping him, and he had no sniff.
Right, but the thing is like I meant to me, yeah. I know what you're saying, Kaz. He's got techers, as it were.
He's
Yeah,
got great potential.
right. I don't, bro. The guy's nearly 24. What are we doing here?
22.
He's almost 24.
So he's not 24. He's 22 then. All right,
Is he
cool.
22?
Yes,
He's 22. He's 22.
Okay,
His birthday's
the
in
guy's
July
nearly 23. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's definitely getting on.
July. His birthday's in July. Like, it's a little while away.
He turned 22 yesterday.
Okay, fine. The guy's 22. Everyone's got access to Google now. Yeah?
He's got to be 23.
Excuse me.
Whose side are you on?
He won. What's wrong with
Listen,
you?
okay,
We can fall out over Joelinton, though, yeah? We can fall out over
Palestri got binned out.
Yeah, and he didn't
Anthony
give
wasn't
a
good
fair
enough.
chance. Yeah, but Palestri never got given a fair chance either. When there
But
was
the
a
thing
little
is
something.
these guys aren't good enough, Kaz. Like, what was
Palestri's
it
nowhere near
Mourinho
Ahmad,
said?
though.
Watch if they play, when they play, where they play. Yeah? Watch where Diallo plays after United.
He'll have a good career. Generally, he'll have a good career. The thing is, as I said, Ten Hag's not developed no one. He's not developing anyone currently.
Pardon?
Who's he developed?
Mainu?
Mainu was always going to be good. By the
Oh,
way.
what?
Cass, I have to say, Cass, every player that we've talked about, every young player that's come through that we've talked about, you said that they were going to be good anyway.
No.
You said Foden was going to be good anyway. You've got to give the managers credit for bringing them through at some stage.
I didn't say Foden was going to be good anyway. Obviously, Pep developed him in the way he did, but I'm just saying sometimes there's players that come through the door, like I don't want to say his name, Greenwood. He was inevitable. Ollie didn't really develop him. He was already cooking. He was going to cook. He's just a good player. And it's the same thing with Mainu. Mainu, yeah, was doing nuts things in the academy levels, playing at higher age groups than he actually did. He was always going to be good. But actually, if anything, his potential was actually regressed. If we're keeping it, but he's regressing. He's actually regressing because he's not actually been playing well or playing in a position that suits him.
Yeah, he's been overplayed.
He thinks that Kobe can do box to box for 90, and then all of a sudden it's rotation. Brother can't keep it up. The guy's a fucking
Should
idiot.
be able to though. He's young, man. I don't.
No, it's not. No.
Be able to play play.
I hate that term. He's young.
But I still think he's a good player, though. I'm not trying to shit on him.
No one takes into account. You have a lot of energy, but the intensity of the men's game in the Premier League is a lot different. So you have to manage the minutes.
Yeah.
Regardless.
You know what it is though, because you see, like it happened with us the other day. Like you have the experience and the strength in the middle, and you have the energy on the wings, innit? So typically wingers seem to be younger, the ones that are up and down all week. So I'm not. He could because there's loads of great players that are not the best athletically, but it just I don't understand why he seems like he's small. He's not heavy. Do you know? So I don't understand why he's
small?
so
Who's small?
leggy.
Diallo.
Kobe.
Kobe's 6 foot.
Oh, Kobe.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. I'm 6'5", so everybody's small to me. Sorry. That's
Are you 6'5"?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's an overlook.
That chair, the way you sit, makes you look small. Are you actually 6'5"?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Are you 6'5"?
Mate, that's like the part that's all tall.
Who's 6'5"?
Mum's height.
Bro, this thing's a
Yeah, but you look like you're lanky as well, Toon. You look like you're about 6 foot.
Nah, Toon looks like he's 5'9".
No, I ain't gonna lie. Toon looks like he's built like Joe Linton. I ain't
For God's sake.
You can tell with Toon, every time on stream, he's always leaning like forward a little bit and he's got slender arms. So you know that brother's tall already.
Why? I'm not the smallest on this panel. Like,
Wait, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Yeah, you are.
You're smallest in this
I'm
panel.
talking
Short. No, shut.
Kaz, how tall are you, Kaz?
I'm 5 years here who never stand up. Never stand up, yeah. Jinx, I seen you, yeah. I seen you looking at like, what were you trying to say there? What? 5'5"?
I thought you were taller than Yoms. I thought Yoms is short and he's a gym man.
I thought you were short.
I'm 6'1" still.
I tell you who's got short legs and he's built, yeah, and he looks a lot taller than he is. Ash.
But you know what? She's short, but his traps are up here, and this makes up for it.
I'm not a joke. When I remember meeting Ash, I was thinking, I thought this brother was gonna be like 6'3", fam, or something. As a unit.
I'm not talking.
Unit still.
Yeah, like, Ash did stay very quiet when we were discussing height. Like, he was like,
he's thinking, oh shit. I knew this subject will come up at some stage.
Where's your Joe Linton now? Where's your Joe Linton now, Ash? Joe Linton now, Ash.
If I was 6'2", I'm not joking. I'll be one of the greatest centre backs in Premier League, bro. I'll be one of the greatest. One of the greatest.
You don't have to be tall to be a good.
But if we're talking about developing and all this kind of stuff.
Look at Martinez, is such a low blow.
Now, to be fair, that's how I would kind of play like him. To be fair, but if I do get asked to play there, but if I was 6'2", with how fast I am, how good I am on the ball and everything, yeah, man, I can play both feet. I'm already one of the greatest Premier League centre backs coming up.
Rotted, Cass, if you do say so yourself, yeah.
Simple game.
Sometimes you don't believe in your source.
Yeah, 100.
Like I said, if I'd 6'3" or 4, I'm also serious in goal as well. So I'd be I'll put myself up there with a
I think he's Courtois, you know. What are you talking about?
Hey, trust me, I'm cold in goal as well. But I feel like people
Let's put it like it's drugs, you know.
Score predictions, though. Score predictions.
I'm not joking. When it comes to the one-on-one game, I don't think rarely anyone gets past me, and I'll play that.
Hey, Cass is funny.
He's like, Cass is funny because I see this brother play football and he's lying.
Hey, if anything, how about this? Ash saw me play unfit at DM.
He's like, so I did it.
Ash, let me know how many men really got past, man.
Ash, I bet the verbal was deadly though.
Bro, I know human nature. I know as soon as Ash went, Kaz is funny, you know. He's like, this guy is shit.
It was the patience. It was the patience as well. It's like he let him finish talking.
You know what he said? Hey, Ash knows to be nice because if I say what happened on the other game that he was in, yeah.
What my first game?
What scoreline?
Look at everyone these normal games now.
I said, what the first game in my life? The first game I've ever played.
I came in at 3-0 down. They can't go.
Hey, how about this? I came on the pitch because we were late. I came on when we were 1-0 down. Then we went 1-1. Remember that one? So, and then that guy broke his leg.
Correlation is not causation, guys.
Because he broke his leg and his arm.
No joke. Ash, the brother snapped his elbow in his arm, and then his wrist as he fell. Game got abandoned.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was disgusting. Game abandoned. It was like 74th minute. I couldn't wait because I was glowing anyways. Like so, where.
I wanted to know the score.
I was waiting for Ash.
How about this? Quick, the one just 30 seconds. So we're looking to run up like 11s, in it, like 11-sided, like derby or something like that.
I'm on it.
Let's see how good you all are. You're invited.
I'm on it.
We'll do 11 versus 11, 40 versus 40. Let's see how good you lot are football.
You got a live stream that.
No, it's getting recorded, but it will get recorded properly. But I'm just saying, let's see who's actually really good because I know I'm performing. I've had 2 games at the Molyneux and I'm absolutely outstanding.
I said I had 2 games at the Molyneux.
I don't even know where the fuck that is.
I'm joking. This is Kevin Doyle, the motherfucker.
I'm all for man backing themselves and all of that. My man said I would be one of the best centre backs in Premier League history. Jeez, wow.
You should already know what it's like back in the day, man. When you're a certain height, they think you're okay. If you're tall, instantly you're a centre back. That's the way it went. And that's how you get developed. That's how it was.
All this for Diallo.
Yeah, sorry. Prediction. What's the prediction for, by the way?
United West Ham.
I honestly think we actually beat them 2-0. Honestly, I think Kudu's not having there. I don't know. You know what it is for me? It's their flanks. I really don't like their fullbacks. He's got Wan-Bissaka pushing high. Emerson is oh my god, he's dead awful. Kilman, they don't even know what their best centre back partnership is at the moment either. It's a little bit all over there for me, isn't it? So I think if United play compact a little bit like Villa, then yeah, I think United will have a little bit more joy. I wouldn't say it's going to be pretty though. So yeah.
I don't know. I think West Ham's one of these teams. They live to play United. So you know that kind of small club mentality where, all right, yeah, United are in town now. Let's raise our game. And sometimes your best player not being there is another thing that kind of spurs you on a bit, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I think United, we just don't know what United we're going to get. So it's a tough prediction. I hate predicting United, but I think we might, if we win, it's going to be a very close game. I'll go 2-1. I don't see us I don't see us keeping a clean sheet.
So what are you saying? We're still going to be on minus goal difference regardless?
Yeah, regardless. Yeah.
We're scumbags, man.
Fucking shit, bro.
We're actual scumbags, man.
This is
guy
like asking us to predict the game of two shit teams, bro. Why?
So 0-0 incoming then, yeah.
Man U 2-1, man. Man U 2-1.
Yeah.
West Ham's form has been shit.
Yeah, they're crap.
Hold on. What happened to Jay? He's turned into fucking Joe Linton. Look at shit. Where your head went down. Pause. Like your hood was out. It just looked like you was just completely faceless.
Listen, I've. It's been a long day. I peaked, I think, around the Joe Linton. I've had some moments since then. I've laughed. How much laughter do you think is in one, plus 30-year-old man? I've only got a limited amount of joy of my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys are taking everything.
Yeah, don't worry. Botox will fix that.
You know what I mean?
I noticed, Jay. You got a bit carried away with saying you're going for a date online, and I noticed after that you've got some cleaning up to do. You've got some cleaning up to do. You've said too much.
Man, the amount of Jay talks, I wonder if she sneaks out in the morning, man.
Me, I go on quite a lot of dates. I use like Hinge. I'm still good looking enough to hit on women.
Explain yourself, bro. Hey.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. I wasn't explaining myself because I thought I had to. I was explaining myself because I like talking. But whatever.
I wonder what gave that away.
What's the score prediction? That's what I wanted to know.
Jay, what's the score prediction?
Man U hammers.
You know what's funny? I don't even know what game we're talking about right now.
Man United, West Ham.
Oh shit! Okay, West Ham are at home, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just every time I've seen Kaz talk about this game, he always caveats West Ham, who are worse than us, and it would just be so fate for West Ham to beat you. So I'm going West Ham.
I'm in a win-win situation.
West Ham are crap, but this myth that United are much better than crap is not true. So
I think I've got quite a good reason. I think West Ham have been actually. How many points have they even got? Go on.
Ain't they above us? I think West Ham are above us.
They're not.
They're not,
Yeah, they're not. They're like a good 3 points.
It's Brentford, so.
And their form's a lot worse. 3 points worse.
Ash, just say what you really want to say in it. Ash, just say what you really want to say.
United would do.
Go on, Ten Hag. Go on, say it.
Oh yeah, of course. United would do them. Ten Hag will stay for longer. I think it will be United.
They must. How many goals did they concede?
3-1.
West Ham have conceded 15 goals this year already. Fucking
crazy.
3-1.
How many have Man United scored?
We've only scored 7, I think, but 2 in the last game. I know it's poor. It's poor.
Bro, come on, man. Whoa. 2 knew that, bro. 2 knew that.
This is a setup.
2 knew that. He ain't got Google, bro. He knew that. He just wanted you to say it.
It's true, but it's a simple surprise, though. It is. To be fair, it's like one of the worst.
I didn't know that.
One of the worst defenses.
Maybe 2-1 then. Sorry, 3-1's a bit high. Maybe that's why he learned.
United need to go equal goal difference. If we win by 2, we go back to normal goal difference at least. Like, save some grace, man. Fuck me, it's going to be a big club for fuck's sake.
I think it's gonna be 2-1 United. Man United.
Nah, man. Like, I can't. Listen, you're going to West Ham with little kudos in your team, yeah.
You know what? Actually, to be fair, we just forgot.
Team.
We'll see tomorrow as well because Ericsson was talking about confidence. So, and obviously tomorrow they got Fenerbahce. So if they go and win that, then it should maybe spark a different minds about how United are. So I think
what if we lose?
The problem is we're so shit. We can't even play Ericsson. I don't. Well,
you can't.
Fernandez is out tomorrow because of the red card.
Xerxes will go 10, man.
So Xerxes will probably go 10. If he plays Ericsson tomorrow, who we've been reliant on Ericsson in the Premier League this season so far. If he plays Ericsson, Ericsson cannot play 90 for 3 minutes for 3 games. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting because if we don't play Ericsson tomorrow, give him a rest for West Ham, then we're gonna be. I reckon we'll be even more shit tomorrow. So then that confidence doesn't come from the Fenerbahce win. Do you get what I'm saying? So we're kind of snooking.
Well, how about play the guy that you bought for 50 million, mate? You know, you're not line breaking, but we all know Agate. Like, you know what it is. The thing is, we all know Mourinho's going to sit back anyways.
Yeah, he'll play. He'll
That's
play Agate tomorrow.
Yeah, Mourinho's
He'll play Agate tomorrow, I reckon.
And you know what? Have you seen their
against West
team?
Ham.
This is like I want a refund on Wan-Bissaka, you know, because we have to play against St. Maximan tomorrow. Yeah, good luck. Last time I saw St. Maximan against the Low, we nearly got sauced up like in the cup.
Oh yeah. Didn't you have to bring on Wan-Bissaka to save him?
Yes. He absolutely digged him out. He digged that batty out nasty.
Yo.
Excuse me?
He got absolutely done out, bro. It was nasty work.
Are we talking about football?
Yeah.
What we saying?
And on that note, lads, I think it's time,
Yeah. Oh, well, you want to go? You want to go to bed with that thought on your mind, face? Okay. He wants to watch his interview again, doesn't he? Listen,
Whoa. Is everyone done a score prediction?
2-1.
Yeah,
2-1. Man U, or aka Man Divided.
That's last game.
That's such a simplistic granddad joke, which really tickled me.
That's how you know you're getting old, isn't it?
Absolutely, bro. I've got grey hairs and everything. I'm running if you guys knew how much I was spending on just for men every month, you'd be shocked.
Yeah, we wouldn't be shocked. Trust me.
All right, chill out. Mate. It's okay when I make.
Jesus,
you know what I mean? All this over Ahmed Diallo.
Yeah. Last game I'm gonna just ask about is obviously Spurs, Palace.
Last game.
He didn't even want to say it.
Oh yeah, he done that. You know that match of the day.
It's like 2 a.m. 2 a.m. I'm going to bed. I'm not fucking watching this.
Even Lineker's like, oh, fucking no.
Ted Chapman or whatever his name is.
And then Shearer's got sleep in his eyes.
Let me start again.
Fuck you, no.
Last game. Last game.
Oh, man.
You got jokes, huh?
Fucking goal of the season's come on. They've advertised coming up next is the Women's Super League. Fucking no.
Are you still watching BBC iPlayer?
Oh my god!
Top notch, boys. Top notch.
Oh my god!
Versus Crystal Palace versus Spurs.
Is that a Palace?
Yeah.
It's at Selhurst.
I hope you
Nketiah, my boy.
Yeah, and Nketiah should start. Hopefully he starts.
By the way, Glasner said he's not afraid to change up the tactics, so I'm expecting a fresh new approach.
Oh,
let's be real, innit? Palace are dead, innit?
At the moment,
they're dead.
Adam Wharton, I think, has been found out as well.
He's been playing. Apparently, he's actually been playing on an injury, and they're playing him through it. And it's just like I've heard the story before to maybe save face a little bit, but when you do look at the way it does look like he's a bit off the mark. I don't think that's his performances at that level either. I don't know, but don't play him then.
Who Spurs got on Thursday? In the road.
Alchemera, isn't it?
They're actually quite good this year, you know.
They're not bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, do you know
where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Like,
Tottenham Stadium.
Is that Alkmaar Stadium?
Yeah.
Tottenham Stadium.
No, we're at Tottenham Stadium. We're at home tomorrow.
Well, you lot always seem to be at home, innit?
Trust me, bro. Trust me. I feel
all the time, bro. It's like,
not at all, bro. Because every time we go away, we're playing Newcastle away, United away, fucking Brighton away. Every time you see us on, Every time you see us away, we're on fucking
By the way,
Sky Sports 4 o'clock on a Sunday for everyone to see the haram in HD. Do you know what I mean? So,
but yeah, I want to be shameless and say Spurs are gonna lose or draw or drop points. I just, with the form you lot are kind of picking up a bit as well, and all the goals that you're kind of scoring, I think this could literally be.
Hold on, before you say that, is Son injured?
No, he's not. He's not. Andrew said he had no intention of playing him tomorrow, and he's giving him a rest.
Fair play.
He's back fit for Sunday,
which is the right thing to do. But I think you win either like 2-0, 3-1, something along those lines.
It'll be a battering, man.
We're far too good for Palace.
I hope Glasner goes with a bit of a different approach. I hope he does. If he does, that it could spark a little something. But if he loses, I reckon he gets sacked.
What's he doing at the moment? 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, and then he's got
3-4-3. 3-4-3. Last game, I think he played
double pivot.
Kamada has to be up there with the. Bro, he's easily
free transfer though, isn't it?
And he was free. Man. Do you know how bad you have to be flop of the season and you're free?
He's been trying, but the thing is, I don't think Kamada's crap. He's been trying to play him right wing. It's like, why? How on earth do you look at Elise and say, you know who's going to be a good replacement for him? Kamada, who's an attacking mid / centre mid in his later age.
Exactly. Why would you put him in the right wing?
He's a centre mid. Put him in the
eight. The alternative was Ismail Assar. Like, what are we doing here?
Dougie is much better.
Dougie Freeman was thinking about all the Ineos money he was going to spend this summer. Then Ineos discovered they didn't have no P to come and rescue Dougie from Crystal Palace, and then they bought Nketiah. The one position that Palace didn't need somebody. They had Mateta and they had Edouard as a backup, but they spent nearly 30 million, 25 million plus on Eddie. And then they spend 25 million on 20 million plus on Sa. So why not put that money together and buy a top winger to replace Elise?
Yeah, boy. Well,
they messed up, bro. And think about Glasner. Did their Bayern not rat-a-tat-tat on their door in the summer?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They offered them 30 million.
I don't think Glasner's, again, I don't think his Palace side represents how good of a manager he is. I just don't think, again.
Oh, you and Stefan should get a room, man.
I know, because I'd punch him up. But what's it called? Honestly, like, you're literally the darker version of Stefan. You lot like to argue, innit?
Me? Nothing. Yeah. I'm nothing like Stefan. And you can say many things. You can say fuck off Jay. You can say Jay's a knob. Jay looks down on me. You saying that I'm like Stefan. That's the first black mark against your name in my book. Yeah, that's it. Like, you get 3 of them, Kaz. One down.
He said you're not even black, man. He said you call him Stefan.
No, being called like Stefan is much worse than being called. Do you know what? Looking like fucking box office is starting to sound like a bit of a fucking compliment, bro. Yeah, compliment.
You ain't getting out of this that easily.
You're like Stefan, bro. I'll take a box office.
Nah, to be fair, I'd take looking like box office over being like Stefan.
100.
So don't give me that shit, man.
Guys, no, you know.
Your manager is fucking crap.
You're full of shit today. Every day you're full of shit. I'm full of shit. Well, you don't think Glasner's one of the best managers to ever live? Oh, fuck off, Stefan, I'm leaving.
That's mad.
Who the fuck am I picking here now? What's going on?
My stomach is actually hurting.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Oh, you know what? That might have saved it. We're getting punched in the face.
She feels Ash asked for a score prediction, and then about half an hour, 45 minutes later, we actually give it. Give him the score.
Oh man! It's not like I've got
at this stage, does it even matter?
I just want to hear if there are any shock results. Yo, what do you reckon, Palace?
Palace Spurs? I reckon that's gonna be a drumming, man. I'm gonna go 5-1 Spurs.
5-1.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
two.
Wow.
You say
Yeah, 3-0 Spurs.
3-0 clean sheet away from home.
Yeah.
I am, son. FaZe.
Are they that bad? I'm out of the loop. I didn't know Palace were that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
they
lost
fell
their
off a
way.
cliff, man.
Are they
lost
Last
their way, man.
season, they were
Palace
talking
lost
about
their
that. Palace last season with the manager, they were talking like he was the best thing since sliced bread.
Trust me.
And now what? He's been that bad.
They've got 3 points. They've got 3 points all season.
One draw this season. Is that it?
Shit.
No, they've got I don't even know, but they're. I reckon they are.
I swear they have 1
they-
point.
They are in problems, and I reckon they are. If things don't change fast, they're looking. They'll be in the dog scrap. For
They have
relegation.
1 point from 8 games, Yoms. I'd like to think if things don't change, they could be the worst team ever. Like
No, but I'm talking in terms of how they're playing, just in terms of the general mood.
Hold on. Sorry.
How shit they are.
Look, I've still got it. Look.
But don't give me the shit, man. Don't give me the shit, man.
that's amazing.
Funny.
Copyright, bro.
Oh man, you know what? I ain't even gonna lie. I've bought tickets to comedy clubs and haven't laughed as hard as I have today, bro.
Honestly,
That
this
is
has been
fucking
honestly
joke.
one of the most comfortably one of the
It's
funniest.
out of hours, man. This is why everything else is more funny, isn't it?
Yeah, after the club, by the chicken shop and that, bro.
Yeah.
But this is nothing compared to if Arsenal lose. Listen, I'm just saying, Chinks, you're my guy. But if Arsenal lose to Liverpool, I'm returning to the group immediately. Immediately. I contemplated it for Bournemouth, but I was like, let me just wait.
If Joe Linton scores,
what can happen this weekend is if Arsenal lose and Spurs beat Palace, causing Glasner to be sacked, it will cause a ripple effect in the space-time continuum. I'm gonna have to be there.
It will cause an incursion.
Oh my god, bro! You're gonna be like Inception, Departed, Shutter Island, all of them.
Mad. Yeah. Jay will be like this.
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
And Stefan,
how did you do that? That's crazy.
Hey.
oh my god, that is funny, bro.
Give me the shit, man.
Elite.
Oh
my days. Oh, that is banner, bro.
Yeah.
If Joe Linton scores, I want that scene at the end. You know when he goes, "You King Kong ain't got nothing on me." I want that. I want that one, Ash. I want that one.
Oh my days.
But yeah, man. FaZe, what are you saying? Because obviously you said you're not sure, you didn't think Palace was that bad, but now you're doing research.
This is all heart and no brain because Palace is just the local boys. And I have zero faith in this. I'm wishing upon a star here. I wanted Eddie to do well. I believed all the hype. I believed all the hype of the manager the last year like a fool, and I'm genuinely a bit heartbroken right now. I didn't even know they were this bad.
They're proper shit, bro.
Because I've got a couple. They're the local team, so I've got a couple fans. And normally I hear about them, and now I've just realised that they're not talking anymore. It's gonna be awfully quiet. Oh boy, I'll have to. I got to go against the grain, man. Palace pull it out somehow. I don't know, man. 2-1 or something
to Palace.
Yeah.
No.
This is not off nothing educated or nothing though, man.
This is pure will. This is pure willpower.
Pure will. The boys down the road, because if the boys down the road get bust up, they're coming up to me soon. Do you know what I mean? It's a local team. I'm going to keep it local for that one, man.
Has everyone said it? Tune, have you said yours already?
Yeah, 3-0.
You know, and Jay, have you said yours already?
3-1.
3-1. Cool. I'll go for a 2-0. Ooh, actually not. Yeah. Will they score? Nah, 2-0. First clean sheet. Clean sheet coming. Not first, but second clean sheet coming. All right, cool, man. Big up to the chat, man. I'm going to end it
Big
there.
up.
I didn't get to talk about Bellingham. I wanted to speak about Bellingham and Real Madrid, but we'll do that for another time because
Yeah, no good.
it's a bit iffy. It's a bit iffy around there. But yeah, guys, any final thoughts before I end it?
Brilliant show, man. As always. Hope the chat enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Banter and
Yeah.
some substance as well. So
Yeah. That was
Great
the first half was very football debate, good
Yeah.
takes, a lot of logic. The second half was
it fell
Joe
apart.
Linton
It
infused.
fell apart. It fell apart for Joe Linton.
That was the start.
There was
That
no
was
coming
the
back from
start.
that.
Man, I'm having nightmares about Joe Lennon.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, box office was before Joe Linton, innit?
Back to you, Ashmatic. Yoms is done.
Hey, what we doing? Hey, that's crazy.
Don't give me the shit, man.
I was so funny every time.
Oh, my God.
Every time. Damn,